Welcome to Hurrdat Sports Live.
Basically betting on himself. Second down and 6. There's Marks. Great play. And Marks down inside the 20. First catch in the NFL for the rookie Woody Marks. Abuka looking for a block. Got it. And that got Abuka. Touchdown Tampa Bay. Now it is sacked on 3rd down and 2 by Tyke Smith.
Boise State Bronco lined up behind Smith. Expects to be busy tonight. They take it to him, and Smith throws. Almost picked up. Looks like on a carom. It's into the hands of Taylor Henley. A dangerous throw. Raiders bring pressure. Herbert steps up. On the move, scans end zone. A dart.
Good win for us last week. I really appreciate Houston Christian. I thought their team, they competed hard. They played hard for the full game. It's good to get all of our guys who don't start, get them in, for a whole half. And I think that'll benefit us as we move forward into this week. This week, first of all, just an honor to have the 95 team there. It was a really great experience last year at Colorado to have the 94 team. So look forward to having the 95 team there. And we'll certainly do our best to play football that they can be proud of.
Good morning. Welcome into Hurrdat Sports Live, presented by Centris Federal Credit Union. That's DB. I'm Ravi, Lulla here at Hurrdat Sports Bar and Grill.
Not me.
What's up, DB?
What are we doing?
I think it's you.
I don't know.
I think I could see you under your offensive lineman coaches.
This one actually might be the 4X.
No, I'll say that's not the normal size that you wear. I'm used to your normal oversized clothes, to each their own.
This is the 4X.
That one's a little extra.
Kind of like your personality.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah. I ordered some new. Well, I didn't order some new gear. I have some gear sent to me.
Yeah.
Yes. And I'm gonna wear it.
What size?
I don't think I'll have enough for you, but I'm gonna try.
All right. Well,
I
appreciate all you can do.
I told Ryan Terry this morning I would get him one. But it's a handful. But I just have some more Crawford gear.
Oh, nice.
Now I want to see how it fits. But there is one that allegedly has a zipper.
Oh.
It's a half zip hoodie.
Nice. You don't see those a lot.
Yeah. So I was like, okay.
I can rock with that.
Now there's two, and I'm not going to ask a bunch of questions because I'm not going to look a gift horse in the mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Wherever that term came from. Somebody, TK, Google that one too. A gift horse. Never look a gift horse in the mouth. Did somebody say yesterday on Twitter not to pick nits, or was that in our group text?
Oh, that was Jacob in the group text.
Not to pick. So, a lot of these things, no pun intended, have got grown legs.
Yeah.
But I am going to research the gift horse. But anywho.
Or make one of these guys do it.
There's two. Hey, you guys.
Team, could we figure out the gift horse thing? Thank you.
Todd'll be first. There's no question. No.
TK's up too. I don't know.
Is TK up?
It could be a race.
I don't know, man. TK's married and stuff, and he's young. I wouldn't be messing with us at 7 a.m. I don't think either one of them works before 7.
No, but he's usually at the gym.
Well, it's in his complex.
Okay, yeah, but he's up.
Oh, I hate your details.
What?
No, I'm just going to tell you, you know what my problem is?
What's that?
Well, there's lots, but I literally got hit in the head with in the shower.
Again?
I didn't fall. So it's a detachable.
Arm?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So sometimes, since there's 78 things on the shelf, the coil doesn't it's not very forgiving. It's kind of jammed in there.
Yeah.
So, and it's fortunate because I'm a back away guy. It's not just a football term. Sometimes I'm facing the shower, sometimes I'm not. Just I don't have a thing. Right?
Yeah.
That I just thunk, hit me right in the back of the head as it fell down on the thing, and I was like, "Oh,
That thing wet.
oh!" It was super dramatic, but it did hurt.
No, I've had you back into it, and because mine's I think magnetic and not a clasp.
Yeah.
And so if you knock it
so
wrong,
mine sits
fall.
in a little knot. It looks like a micro, you'd put a microphone.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It has the little neck.
That one shouldn't fall down as much. Theoretically, if you put it back right.
It's a church song. We fall down, but we get up.
That sounds like it's from my side of town.
No.
Oh, okay.
super black.
The way you were singing it sounded like it was less Episcopal, maybe more.
No, that was.
evangelical.
Do you know Andre Crouch?
Andre Crouch. No.
Not related to Eric, so knock it off.
Miller North guy.
You don't know Andre? Andre?
Let me see. Let me look him up. I might know.
So anyway, I think I almost knocked myself unconscious.
Andre Crouch.
And I already have a misshapen head. So
American singer-songwriter. He kind of looks like Pavarotti in this picture here. That might be the hat, though.
Did you say Pavarotti?
Yeah, the opera singer. Look at that. Tell me that doesn't look a little bit like Pavarotti.
No.
Do you know what Pavarotti looks like?
Yeah.
Okay.
He looks like the guy that played in the James Bond movie with the thick beard.
Oh, yeah. I know who you're talking about.
From Moonraker.
See, hey man, I want you to, not everybody, because not that many people.
Okay, like they look a little bit alike.
That's what I'm saying.
They look a little bit alike.
No,
I'm saying
hey,
that's
shout
Pavarotti.
out me for the reference. Though.
That's Pavarotti.
I understand.
Okay, they kind of look alike.
It's fine.
Him and Andre Crouch look alike. They kind of look alike.
I forgot my story, but anyway,
Superman meme.
I'm not feeling
Spider-Man meme.
I'm not feeling super great.
Is there a knot?
I have several. Have you not seen
Nah, I
this
mean
thing?
from this particular incident.
I don't know.
Okay.
And so I told Zoe yesterday, I said, look, Dad needs like 17 minutes in the bathroom of uninterrupted time. I don't need you in there brushing your teeth or getting your 64 hairbrushes or whatever it is that you do.
Mm.
So after I almost knocked myself unconscious, she probably hears me in there yelling. I, finished my thing. I'm getting ready. I opened the bathroom door. This girl's standing with her hands behind her back in the hallway, just looking at me.
Like waiting?
Yeah. She thinks she's so funny.
Any day now. We have an explanation here.
All right. What do we got?
Apparently, there's a couple things overlapping here.
Oh, geez.
Number one, you can, I guess, tell the age of a horse by looking it in the mouth. Mm-hmm. And apparently it's rude if that horse was gifted to you to scrutinize the gift.
Mm.
So, like, don't overanalyze a gift horse. If something's
that actually, okay.
That's what
makes sense.
This one comes off.
That's better than lice eggs.
100% better. Yeah. Doesn't.
Yeah,
gross,
that's kind of clever.
Out. Yeah.
It's kind of clever.
That's from our guy, Evan Stone. Way to go, Evan.
Oh, pocket full of?
Yeah.
I got a pocket full of stones. $10 of the 80. If you can tell me who sings Pocket Full of Stones.
I could tell you who sings Pocket Full of Sunshine.
Anti-TV. You kids, none of that. Pocket Full of Stones. 5 seconds.
Give me an era.
Late 80s.
I got nothing. Keith Sweat.
UGK.
I don't even know who that is.
It's fine.
I got nothing.
It's all right.
It's not really.
I'm telling you, Caden is older than he's fibbing.
Caden told us he was older.
He's not that old.
I think he is.
No, he didn't tell us. Or it's in the 20s.
I don't think so.
Are you sure?
Yeah, you're thinking Kobe.
No,
Kobe's in the 20s.
Hey, why was Kobe trying to goad me yesterday? Does Kobe not know I'm like Teflon?
Oh, it's because just kind of how Kobe is.
Kobe was making fun of me on social media because my camera shot was super blurry.
Why, it says the people of Troy should have looked that horse over a little bit better, though. That's a good point. I don't know if you could tell that.
And how do they not see the ladder?
It may not be 100% historically accurate.
Yeah, I don't believe a word of that.
My question is, I have a lot of questions about that story. If I'm being honest,
getting that horse on the boat.
Well,
and that's one of your movies too. You were lauding Brad Pitt's exploits, and you used Troy as a reference.
I like that movie, yeah. But I'm just mean as a
historical frame of reference.
I don't think it's accurate.
This dude just dropped UGK. I mean, I was talking about him to our coaches the other day. I don't even know why he came. Oh, that's Jernigan.
UGK?
No, Caden.
Oh.
Jernigan and I have some fantastic conversations about life and our friendship choices.
Yeah?
Yeah. We just got into streams and meeting people online and stuff like that. And I was like, oh, I fall for people all the time that I've never even met. I just get a vibe from their personality.
Yeah.
And Caden came up.
No, Caden's a good contributor. We like Caden.
All right, what did Suave ask me? Shane, I don't have my goggles.
I thought you just fell in the shower.
Did you see
falling for people?
Did you see that Grant Holloway didn't make the 110 hurdles final?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So is Suave going to be one of those guys I can talk miscellaneous track with?
Oh, probably. He loves track.
Okay, because it's about that time.
Yeah, he loves track.
All right, then, Rico. You're back in the Tree of Trust after you and Shane's collab Friday.
I am not one of those guys.
Yeah, you're certainly not in the Tree of Trust. Do you want the
I meant the track thing. That's hurtful.
I have the official stats if you want anything from Houston Christian.
Let's see them. Let's see what we got here.
I mean, there's nothing earth-shattering. We're on to Mythical.
On to Michigan?
Yes.
Let's see what we got here. Let's see.
Did you like their football account trolling us? I didn't make a big deal about it. I just said, I see what you guys did there. And, of course, that thing took off. Like, I shouldn't say anything because I don't really care either way. I just thought it was interesting that everybody went to the whole corn roast things. But my man Hausman, who I actually love.
I kind of expect that from other fan base, like that from other teams. That's just
over-under on times Michigan will run the football.
Ooh.
I knew he didn't.
How many possessions? No, I don't think he gave
There's no way he's older than me.
I don't think he gave us an exact number. But
although him just dropping UGK that fast, he might be. Damn, Caden.
It's all about that.
Kind of a cool name for a 50-some-year-old. That's not a
common 70s name.
And I knew I liked the name to begin with.
Yeah.
It's a young kid's name.
Did you know
I coach Caden's?
Did you? It is. Yeah, that's a.
That is very interesting.
That's like a Gen X parent's name.
Who?
Like generation.
I'm not good with that stuff. When's Gen X?
So people that are in their like 40s now.
Okay.
Are like a lot of them are Gen X.
I need a cheat sheet.
I think.
Because that's not in my.
My oldest sister is Gen X, and she's got kids that are
really
high school, college.
Really want it? It's my man D. Lloyd. I love him.
Like
even though he eats fruit cocktail out of the.
Listen, D. Lloyd, like that's not my era. That's not my era.
Would you eat prepackaged fruit cocktail?
No, it's gross looking.
No, cut it out.
It's gross looking.
I will come over there and choke you. You still eat boxed macaroni? You not stop, Shane.
You know what it is?
No, you're not qualified.
It's the juice. The juice that makes.
I tried to tell him about the juice.
The juice makes,
and he made fun of me.
Here's the other part. It's not like.
I told him that's what gave me the heebie-jeebies.
The colors of the fruit never look right. The colors of the fruit never look like it's like that's not the color a peach is supposed to be.
Man, listen, he was not happy that I gave him a hard time.
Did you know that TJ?
But you know how else you'd like Coach Lloyd? He eats Uncrustables.
My man.
You guys are children.
I mean, the entire NFL eats Uncrustables. That's fine.
Shane, would you eat fruit cocktail out of the container?
No, I wouldn't eat any of that. But it's not my.
You eat gas station sandwiches.
But
over 3 days.
I don't really like that sort of food.
Oh, this makes more sense. Caden is actually the name of his grandson.
Oh, that makes sense.
He let him use his phone one day, and that's what his username is now.
I knew it. See, I can figure things out.
I was like, "There's no way we've got a 50-year-old Caden."
Yeah, and one of my coaches yesterday we had to work out at the indoor center because we had a water main break, and one of my I really like him. He's new to the staff. He has been sensational, and so we were just talking, and I said something out of pocket, and he goes, "Oh, you seem to know a lot about that," and I go, I'm a guy you'd pick for Jeopardy. I said, I got a lot of useless knowledge.
We like to call it miscellaneous knowledge.
And he said useless. Yeah. Sounds about right. And I go, why do I like you? And then I thought in my head, it's a Ravi thing. You tell me I gravitate towards people that the good piece of cheese.
Yeah, a little bit. I still haven't figured out what you think my good piece of cheese is yet. Did you know that TJ Lateef threw for more yards than Arch Manning on Saturday?
Yeah.
The backup quarterback for Nebraska. I'm just finding this out from the stats. I had no idea. Arch Manning's stats aren't in here, but I remember that one. Because it made me so happy. You know, Arch had fewer yards on 5 times more attempts.
Hey,
500% more attempts.
I need to send Shane this TikTok. I found it made me think of you.
500% more attempts and fewer passing yards. Is that bad? That seems bad.
Would you stop?
At least he played like an incredible defense. Oh, wait, no, that was DJ Lagway.
Shane, there may be an expletive in here, but I think we're cool. I think. Did he say the F word?
Is UTEP really good? They're like, they must be really good, right? Because
hey, Shane, get that TikTok queued up. This dude has a podcast. He was having a field day cooking quarterbacks.
I mean, because Arch Manning's supposed to be really good, so UTEP has to be incredible.
I'm not in on the Arch Manning slander because I actually think Arch Manning could be good.
He might be. He's not right now.
Well, that's fine with your Mr. Wait and See.
I mean,
Shane, So what else is out? Are you eating
hold on?
prepackaged mandarin oranges?
No, I don't like those. And I don't like the pears that are in the fruit cup. So
Pears are about the only one. Not the cup, but I'll do canned pears.
It's every national media pundit, including this one, and everybody else who spent the entire summer hyping up the wrong quarterbacks. I'm talking about the Arch Mannings of the world, who stinks. I'm talking about DJ Lagways of the world, who stinks. I'm talking about the Cade Klubnik of the world, who stinks. I believe my top 3 quarters, I think I had Cade Klubnik, the #1 quarterback in the country. TU stinky. That was garbage. We're not alone in this. There were a lot of people saying DJ Lagway is going to be great. He is not a good college football quarterback. And I can't really say this because he got hurt tonight. Lenore Sellers hadn't been that good either.
He did get hurt.
Exactly. See, there's a ton of guys that we hyped up, and we.
Oh, weird.
This dude just went ham.
Weird. If only someone had warned people.
Didn't get as mad.
Had warned people. I think I got way madder than he did.
He said we want to survive the zombie apocalypse. Listen,
I don't want to.
I don't either.
Let me be clear here, guys.
I don't either. I'm going to grab one of those bats like Oh Boy did that had the chain and nails, and I'm going out there like Buddy Wackett. I'm going to get all of them I can. They can get me. I don't care. But I'm going to take a few with me.
Yeah, listen.
I'm not doing any of that.
I'm not a survivor.
I will never be a cannibal. I'm not eating other people. I'm going out swinging.
I'm not a survivor.
And I get to make some of the weapons that I've thought about.
Yeah, you look at this as like, oh, finally I get to go all Dexter on people. This is incredible.
Actually, I'm out on the reboot.
Why is that?
They made it weird with the family dynamics.
Okay.
Like his son's like a wrestler in high school, and he has like this long lost relationship with, this whole sins of the father thing. I'm like, yeah, that's a little deep. I just like
you were just in it for the murders.
It's not true. Have you ever seen Dexter?
I've seen some clips on TikTok.
And I don't mean the one with Dee.
No.
Dexter.
For some reason, it started popping up on my TikTok. I was like, why would this come to me? I must have borrowed DB's phone for a second.
And
a lot of murderers.
And Coach Lloyd, if you really want to survive the apocalypse, get Kipper snacks and sardines.
And Twinkies.
No.
Those things will last forever.
Those might, of the non-chocolates, because all the chocolates suck, Twinkies may be the worst Hostess product.
It's fine. They last forever.
Yeah, but
I don't have.
They're not. Pick a different one.
Headley was gonna invite us to his compound to continue sports talk in the post-apocalyptic world. 40-year supply of Uncrustables.
No.
Headley's funny.
No, I know he is like closet. He is. But I'm not eating any of that. Shane, what else? Do you eat any fruit out of a can?
Lee says Spam.
I rock with Spam. I don't know if that makes me.
It's supposed to last forever, right? Basically, I mean, it's supposed to have really good shelf life.
Key Sweat.
Forever?
Never mind. He has a song. Caden got me on it.
His song called Spam. What's up?
There's a song called Make It Last Forever.
Oh.
You're an idiot.
That makes more sense.
Why did you pick Twinkies, though? Why didn't you say, like, Zingers or
because in the movie Zombieland, they're searching for Twinkies.
Shane, remember the Hostess cupcake that I kept for almost 3 years?
Oh, yeah.
3 years.
That's a long time for a cupcake, man.
All it did was shrink.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't eat that.
I'm not eating it. I made a game out of it.
I don't know. Your son ate like a 2-month-old.
I think
breakfast sandwich.
I think.
Well, somebody did.
Yeah, it could have gotten thrown out. Plus, it was in the back of the fridge. I told you Mike is my human trash can.
Pretty sure Micah ate that thing.
I don't know. So yesterday they came home early.
Speaking of sins of the father, it's been passed down to the son. Terrible food decisions.
I would eat peaches out of a can.
That's gross.
Like the Presidents of the United States song.
They give me the willies with the perfect curve, and they've been sitting in that juice. That is mildly disgusting.
I don't mind.
And the texture is El Horrible. Not a chance.
The texture gets weird. The only fruit I like out of a can is pears. Pears out of a can are not bad.
No, man, they make fresh fruit. So, humor me on this.
You ever had Asian pears?
Yeah,
They're
I use them
good
to cook with. Wyatt told me where to get them.
I
have my favorite two.
Do you ever just like eating them? They're pretty good.
Asian markets. No, I use them in my Korean barbecue.
You go to the one on like 78th and Dodge?
That one is no longer, well,
or cast.
It has a knockoff. It's cast. That used to be my go-to.
That one's gotten huge.
But he's got me one out a little closer to me.
Gotcha.
center-ish area.
I got you.
So I came here after, I didn't get here till about 6:15. I tried to wait for everybody to be done.
Mm-hmm.
But, of course, I walked in here as a goddamn circus. All right. Shout out Hurrdat Sports Bar and Grill. Glad you guys got the food on Saturday. So your boy got it to go.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted the fried wings. Came with, I don't know, tots and whatever. So Micah wanted the Nashville hot chicken. So he knocked that off, ate the tots. So it came with 12 wings. I probably only ate, I don't know what happened. I thought I was hungrier than I was, but I didn't really finish. So there was some old sushi that I had, like 3 pieces. It was the day before, and it was in the fridge. So knock it off, man.
All right.
Who doesn't eat old sushi?
No, it was in the fridge. That's all I need to hear.
So anyway.
I assumed it was like in your microwave or something.
That was Saturday. So then yesterday, so I put the wings and the tots. You know, they have the sweet to-goes here.
Mm-hmm.
So it was on the stovetop. So as you know, when I called Micah yesterday, I said, hey, you know, did you get breakfast? Do you want me to bring you some? I got to do NEB preps. He's like, nah, don't worry about it. I'm just here cooking. Which I was like.
Horrifying.
I know, right? So I was like, what'd you cook? He's like, you know, I crisped up the old tater tots from Hurrdat. I made some scrambled eggs and made bacon. I was like, oh, okay. So he ate the tots.
Mm-hmm.
There were still the 4 or 5 wings left. I put them in the air fryer yesterday, and I ate them.
Mm-hmm.
They were fantastic. They hadn't been in the fridge nor refrigerated since Saturday night, and they were still in the to-go container, and they tasted the exact same.
I'm not talking about taste, DB. I'm not talking about taste.
I wanted to bring one to you, and I'm like, how old? I wanted to say, how old is this? You couldn't have told me.
I'm not talking about taste. You can't taste bacteria, DB.
I don't. Man,
you
listen,
can't taste bacteria.
Drink alcohol to burn it off.
I'm not gonna say anything. You can't taste bacteria, DB.
It was fine. So are the potatoes. Apparently he's fine.
Asia Wyatt says, raise your hand if you pause when DB said old sushi. I did, Wyatt. I was concerned. I was concerned about how that part of the story was going to go. It
wasn't mine. Somebody left it in there, so I don't even know what it was.
I was concerned about how that was going to go. It's okay. TK would like to talk about Tampa.
Yeah, they're good.
Baker's pretty good.
They're really good. I'm still mad at you over the Jaden Daniels.
Mad at me? Baker. I didn't say it.
I asked you the question point blank, and you and the rest of these yahoos said, oh, I think that's Les. That truck is sweet.
Yeah, it's a sweet truck.
Shane, don't make Les wait. He brought you a treat.
I'm not a big truck guy. Like, I don't, for like me personally driving one.
If I wasn't so insecure, I would have a truck.
Yeah?
Yes.
What's the insecurity?
I still wear suits. I don't know if I worry about, getting out of the truck, dressed up.
A lot of people in trucks wear suits.
I also don't have a garage I can park it in.
That is a problem. Some of those mugs are tall.
Look, hey, how about his shoe game? My man stays geared up.
Oh, there we go.
You like those dunks?
Yeah.
Les thinks he's sweet. He's all fit now, too, little muscle head.
I mean, they're pretty nice dunks we got out there.
Who texted at 5:50 asked me if we want breakfast?
The answer's always yes.
I didn't know if I should say yes, because you get weird and you eat kid stuff.
I mean, I like
you guys are knocking me for my salmonella food choices, and you guys don't chastise this dude for eating processed sugar every single stinking day. He eats like a 4-year-old.
Yeah, but at least it's properly stored. You know what I mean?
I'll live longer than you.
Well, that's
short of somebody killing me.
Definitely,
hi, big guy.
Definitely on the table.
I mean,
you threaten my life like daily. Knock it off.
Throat punches and choking is not life-threatening.
Okay. It might be. You never know.
I'll let go.
Maybe.
Promise. I don't want a case. Dude, do
you
think I would do in prison?
Because everything up to murder isn't a crime. What are we talking about, DB?
No, I can beat the other stuff.
You can beat the rap?
Yeah, I'm not going to jail for choking you.
You might.
No, I have my defense already made up.
What's that?
Momentary insanity.
Good luck.
No, I can get it. You think I can't pretend to be crazy?
I don't think you have to pretend.
And I watch so many shows, like I know how to testify. I do.
Yeah, see, TK says I get the pass. I got the beaties.
Would you stop rocking with TK this morning?
I got the diabetes.
Anywho, what's he want to talk about Tampa for?
TK says that's not a legal defense. Also, I was low this morning.
For Jess, he's the GOAT. Takes less.
Evan says, he just texted me, he says, telling a diabetic I'll live longer than you is wild. It is. It's a little offensive.
I'm sorry.
Not inaccurate.
I lack.
Bye, Les. Thank you.
I lack. So Jess wanted some more pens because she likes the way that they write.
Yeah. I was low this morning. Had to get some sugar.
Yeah, I don't understand how you think any of that over there is a good idea. I mean, you can justify it all you want.
I mean, what do you mean by good idea? I'm not under any illusion that's like healthy. But I also know like the Pop-Tarts aren't rotting in my cupboard either.
You're not about to get me to I don't eat rotten food.
No, you just eat food that is definitely growing bacteria as long as you can't taste it yet.
Not even remote. I'm going to show you. You wouldn't have eaten those wings?
No.
They looked perfect.
If you told
275 in the air fryer for 8 minutes, they had the body like it was brought back to life.
Ken says insanity defense will land you locked up for life, only just in an asylum instead.
What are you eating in an asylum?
I don't know, but let me just tell you this. This is something you may not know this about my
wife. They get good food?
Probably not. I have to imagine.
Better than in the joint?
It's probably similar. I had to guess.
Subsidized, right?
I don't know. I haven't been to either, so
probably doing powdered milk and stuff like that.
I'm just saying.
I bought curdled milk the other day, Shane, from the grocery store.
For cooking, I hope.
Hey, I took pictures.
I assume it wasn't on purpose.
No.
Okay.
It was September 11th date, and you know me I just smell milk. I don't mess around with. I don't really care about the dates.
Yeah, that's stunning to me.
Okay. It's not really what I meant. I'm just saying. I can't even explain that away. It's fine. That sounded awful.
There is something you probably. That's gross. That's disgusting. There's something you probably need to know about. About it.
I just got that home.
About Natasha though, is that if you do something to me and get away with it, she will kill you.
Oh, jeez.
That's not just you. That's anybody.
No, she has the crazy eyes. You can tell.
She
has crazy people eyes.
She's about that life.
I mean, no offense to crazy people, but
she
has those eyes that are like, yeah, no.
And she's like processed meat and stuff before, so she can dismember a body.
Yeah, I need her sharpening people too. By the way, I had to cut my strip loin the other day.
Yeah, struggling.
No, it had this. I don't know. It's like the subcutaneous. It had like this. It was like thicker than silver. You know what's in a strip? Mm-hmm. The little translucent part
like the sinew
before the fat cap.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to mess with that a little.
Yeah.
And I cooked it like a prime rib. That's what Kobe was making fun of me for because it rained on my drum.
Mm.
And apparently sometimes my phone just takes blurry, crappy pictures. And so everybody was making fun of me. I was like, that wasn't even the point. I just wanted you to see that it was raining on my smoker. So then I'm so competitive, I had to like redo a good picture, redo a good video. But I was not planning on the rain.
I'm not even gonna make fun of the picture. It happens. You know, maybe a little water on the lens because it was raining. Who knows?
So can we? If I brought you something to eat, is the minute you're gonna think? Are you gonna think how long has this been sitting out?
Absolutely, yeah.
Like, what if you were just over? Would you eat it? Sometimes I want you to know how good it still tastes and that you're walking around just fine.
No, listen. It has nothing to do with the taste. I'm not concerned about the taste.
You've never eaten cold fried chicken.
If it is if it's been
I hate when you give me the whiny voice like I should know better and I'm 7.
No,
like
here's why you get the voice.
No.
Is because you ask me the same question like 3 times.
Because I need you to think about it instead of just being rooted in trying to be right.
I'm not trying.
You have eaten cold fried chicken. You're not telling the truth.
Not if it's been out. Certainly not anything's been out overnight.
Fib Johnson.
If anything's been out overnight, I would not eat it.
The fascia. Thank you, JG.
I do not eat it. Am I going to tell you that there's been times
You're supposed to go over my results. Why didn't you remind me?
A misspent youth that I may have eaten something older than the 4 hours it should have been? Sure. I would never eat something that's been out overnight. Hard pass. That's not a lie. That's 100% true.
Okay. You never ate raw bacon as a kid?
No. You eat raw bacon? I didn't even know that was a thing people could do. That's crazy.
Look at Ken. And Ken's pretty rational. Mr. Reason, Mr. Pragmatic.
That's fine.
He said refrigerated cold chicken. Knock it off, Travis.
Yeah, like chicken still tastes cold in the fridge.
I'm done. It's fine. I'm not going to say this will never come up again.
Because it almost certainly will.
Is eating raw bacon as a kid?
Thank you, Evan.
What did Evan say?
He says, as my college roommate.
Evan rocks with you, though.
Yeah, but he also lived with me. And as a 22-year-old or 20-year-old, he can confirm I did not rock with food like that. He's right. I would bring my own salad dressing from my fridge to lunch.
That's a little pretentious.
Is that like eating cookie dough?
I don't eat cookie dough, but yes, similar.
Except for there's no meat in cookie dough.
They bought rind bacon. It was really good. So sometimes I would just break off a little, hoping that they wouldn't know.
Yeah.
And I would eat it at night.
I don't know what rind bacon is.
Rind. They don't really sell it anymore. It had a rind on it.
Oh, I don't know what that means, really.
It's like the little crispy part that when you fry it up,
it's
like a rind.
Gotcha.
And I would eat
like a crust,
yes.
almost. Okay, I gotcha. Yeah,
and it was fantastic. They don't really make that anymore.
No.
Why would you bring your own set? Like, that's just
I didn't bring my own silverware. Like, silverware is not gonna go bad. Now, if I saw silverware that didn't look clean, I would get different silverware. But that's like a normal person thing to do.
Weren't you the guy telling me you let like the Amazon grow in your front yard, but you're picky about your food?
What Amazon girl?
I said grow.
Amazon,
grow.
Oh, I thought you said like a delivery. I was like, what?
Right? Like, weren't you overtaken by like? Do you know how many what could have been in there?
With the bugs and stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're worried about salmonella? That doesn't make any sense. How do I correlate the two?
Yeah. That's kind of a leap there, bud. I don't know what's happening.
I don't know. For some reason, I think of them in the same vein.
And listen, I didn't want my yard to get overgrown. It got overgrown because I was unable to take care of it. And then I had to get somebody else to take care of it.
Is there something I could say about the food that would be similar?
I
didn't have any refrigerator space, so I just set it on the stove. No.
So clean out the months-old McDonald's in the back.
No such thing.
Okay.
The main thing that is occupied in my fridge are the stacked Tupperware, given my OCD.
Yeah.
And things go on a specific shelf. So if it's not a jar thing, it can't go on shelves it doesn't belong on. So
there is room in the fridge. You're just too OCD to put it in a place that would fit. Did I accurately describe that situation? Like, it's not that there's physically no more room in the fridge.
It just sounds like you need a second fridge.
It's that your OCD will not allow for it to be in the fridge where it fits.
Maybe a garage fridge.
I don't like the way I said it. Yes, we have a garage fridge, but it's little. The freezer is big. The fridge is little.
Yeah.
I'm just not going to win these until I have to bring you physical proof.
I'm not arguing if it tastes okay. I'm arguing that there's bacteria in it that's bad for you, even if it tastes okay.
I'm sick of having this conversation once every week. I don't need to be. I'm fine. Now, if I keel over one day, then
I'm waiting.
The Thing got me.
Well, that's a bit of a problem.
The Thing.
I love that show.
The Thing.
Have you ever seen The Thing? You know, the parasite from the ice?
Mm-mm.
And it
I'm aware of it. I haven't seen it.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. Didn't really seem like my vibe.
No, it's a good movie.
Did you like the remake?
I did like the remake.
So
but
are we going to talk to Cody about college coaches?
I would love to. I thought we were going to talk about Tampa. We can talk about college coaches.
I like Tampa too.
The defense?
I do like Tampa too.
Or also?
I like Tampa too quite a bit.
Yeah.
Yes.
Got to have good linebackers for that.
I'm trying to talk our staff into using 2 against Bellevue West 3-bys, and I can't get anybody to rock with me.
Yeah?
We got to he's learned a lot over the years. He knows what we look for. He's got some tendency breakers.
Yeah.
Yes. Son of a gun. Shane.
Let's get to Cody.
Cody,
what's up, buddy? How we doing?
How we doing, guys? What are you up to?
So, Cody, you're my friend, and I need you to make me feel better. Do you remember the time?
Okay.
Do you remember the time that I had a meltdown over trying to find the cricket in my garage?
Yeah.
Okay. Crecky just brought that up. I had moved on from that. Why is he bringing up old stuff to traumatize me?
I still can't believe you said it on air, like on a broadcast.
I mean,
no, that was funny.
it's all good.
I was just looking. Can I get some help sometimes?
What?
Sometimes I just think out
Put
loud.
it this way.
No, I thought it was great.
Would you rather
an
have a
idiot.
cricket in your garage or be fired after getting blown out by New Mexico?
Dude, that was tough. I like Deshaun Foster. I'm telling you, that hurt my
So do
feelings.
I.
That hurt my feelings. It really did.
So
I love all my algorithms now on TikTok. It's all these coaching hires for UCLA, and Tony White is like number one on all of them.
see, and I don't think Tony White's going to take that.
I don't either, man. His family's in Florida, and that was a big deal in why he was in Tallahassee.
I think
That's a
I
bad
think they're going to
job.
get it different.
It's a horrible job. He's going to talk to Coach Rhule, and Coach Rhule's going to say, Tony, remember I told you about taking the right first job.
I think they're going to get a different defensive coordinator from the West Coast.
Talk to me.
Taj McCoy.
Who?
Really?
Taj McCoy.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Hey, he might do work in Westwood, but they need some money, man. You know, Tosh likes to pay people.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Is
he's a West
UCLA
Coast guy, one
is
of the top
UCLA a
recruiters.
Nike school?
No,
Adidas.
I don't think they are. They're
Are they
Under Armour,
Adidas?
aren't they?
They're either Adidas or Under Armour.
Yeah, Tosh is in with Nike, man. That guy keeps athletes paid, even before it was legal.
Oh, did they move to
So
Jordan?
the
They
other
might be in
ones I
Jordan
wanted to
now.
run by you.
Yeah, they're wearing Jumpmans.
Yeah, they went to Jordan.
Okay.
They
Oh,
used to be.
okay.
You might be okay there.
They used to be Adidas. They went to Jordan.
You might be okay
Yeah.
there. Action Jackson, there at Jordan School. That dude is sharp. You should have seen him on NEB Preps yesterday.
So I think
Awesome.
with
Flip and roll the dice.
Virginia Tech, they get like a Buster Faulkner.
That's a reach, but I like it. He'll be trendy.
Yeah.
So
Because
does
the only
Pry make it
reason
through the
is-
season?
No, he already got fired.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. He's
He
out.
got fired.
That's right. You're
Yeah.
right. You're right. I'm tripping.
The other one, I know I texted you a name for Northwestern, but I think that's going to be the next coach of Wisconsin.
So you think Pat Fitzgerald gets hired before Jimbo Fisher?
Yes.
Do you?
Ooh.
He settled the lawsuit. That was his.
Now that the settlement's done, I think
Cody's
he's going to
floating
be a
Pat
hot
Fitzgerald.
name for some of these.
You think Pat Fitzgerald for Wisconsin?
Yeah.
Some people like him for UCLA because he's used to working without a ton.
I also like
He does know the Big Ten.
with the swing
Yeah,
that Wisconsin
and with
took.
Wisconsin, he can recruit that Chicago area really hard that he's familiar with.
I think with the swing that Wisconsin took at Luke
That's it.
Fickle, I don't know that Pat Fitzgerald fits the profile of what they're looking for. I don't know. But the other thing is, I'm also like, it's not like Pat Fitzgerald left under great terms or while coaching all that well. I think you might have to look for a more desperate team than Wisconsin.
Cody, I thought you were on the
Remember
Chadwell
the
hype train, or is that you on the
championship year he got
Chadwell hype
fired?
train? Yeah, you're right. You're right.
No, he won. They were 3-9 the year he got fired. Before the year he got fired.
No, the year before he got fired. Weren't they in the Big Ten championship?
I don't believe so. I think
So that was 2021.
I believe they had a bad year before he got
Wasn't it
fired.
2021?
I'm checking right now.
Well, why don't you check right now?
Hey, how about I check right now?
Yeah.
Cody,
Yeah.
we're going to check
The
right
other
now.
two-
So they were 2020, the weird year. They were 7-2. They went to the Big Ten championship game. Then they were 3-9
Okay,
and 1-11.
Why are you telling me? I
And then
wasn't
he got
arguing with
So
you.
he went 4-20 his last 2 years before
Why
he got
are you
fired.
talking to me
Yeah.
like I'm dumb?
Well, because I don't have a picture of Cody, so I feel sometimes I feel weird yelling into the abyss.
I got you.
The other two I want to run by you guys,
Jackwagon.
and then I'll get going.
Yeah, we got Michigan
Justin
Lance too, so
Wilcox.
this ought to be scintillating on Michigan week.
All right,
I love Justin Wilcox.
Justin Wilcox, Oklahoma State.
I love Justin Wilcox. Get him out of Berkeley so he can't be undermined by
Yeah,
Ron Rivera.
Him to Oklahoma State. Kurt Signetti to Florida.
Ooh.
That's interesting.
I'm with you on the Signetti to Florida thing potentially because Florida, and Cody, I appreciate the call. Will Florida pony up the money? Signetti just got the extension with the juicy buyout.
Mm.
Florida, they don't appear to be cash rich.
I don't know. That's interesting.
Hey, you wanna
They've had a lot of leadership issues.
you wanna
too.
rag on Lagway?
Yeah.
I got a guy you can talk to that almost sold me a bill of goods on DJ Lagway.
Who's that?
His name would be Michigan Lance.
Let's talk to Michigan Lance.
Michigan Lance. Good morning, my fellow Wolverine loving buddy. How we doing?
Yes, sir. We in the house. We coming to Lincoln, right?
Yes.
The good old stinking Lincoln.
Here you go.
We'll be there. We'll be in the house representing. Really good.
Are you confident?
Huh?
Are you confident?
Yeah, I'm confident. I mean, I'm not like I think it's gonna be a good game for real. I think it's just gonna be a good game, and I think we'll pull it off. But I'm not expecting a blowout or anything like that. It depends on what our offense is gonna look like. Because week one, hey, I was good. I liked it. And then against Oklahoma, we tried to do some like Chip Kelly, almost kind of like trickeration type stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what are we doing? Why can't we just hand the ball off and run normal pass plays? Like, we're trying to run jet sweep, and God, we don't have any NFL receivers. Like, that is not our game. So, like, that was bad. So then we come out last week. We unhinged the quarterback, let him throw it around the yard a little bit, and it looked better. So if we can look like we did 2 out of the first 3 weeks of the season, then I'm really confident. I'm really good.
How do you expect this game to unfold? Because now all of a sudden Underwood ran the ball a little bit, even though it still wasn't. It's not. I'm not going to beat a dead horse. There's a difference between designed quarterback run game and something you can make a living on. And he still can't get vertical in the passing game.
Yeah, and I mean that's what kid coming from high school. I guess that's what you kind of got to live with. And I mean, our guys can't listen. Our receivers aren't scaring anybody.
So I asked.
You know what I mean?
It's funny. It's funny you said that. I asked Ravi. That was yesterday because we've only been together since. I said, "Is vertical? Is Michigan dynamic enough in the passing game to threaten Nebraska?" Right. I don't think so.
No, they're not. So you have to scheme, right, to get open, and you can do that in college.
Yeah, but Nebraska plays so much man.
Yeah,
and Michigan runs there's some cat and mouse matchups within Michigan's run game, how they motion and insert and put that H back on the move that can dink with Nebraska. But I'm glad Nebraska saw Cincinnati first. I am, because look at some of the motions with the move, the 2-back look. Like that's a lot. That's a lot of Michigan running counter and tag. Like we'll see. Nebraska may be onto it. I don't know. I
mean,
you know what I'm saying, though, right?
Game, man. Yeah, I know exactly what you're saying. I mean, it's kind of like we won a national championship 2 years ago, but we're also we're kind of like rebuilding mode. Like I said, we're not far off Michigan and Nebraska trying to build something. You know what I mean? Great defense.
I'm also glad.
You know what I mean?
I'm also glad that Nebraska saw Royer, Cincinnati's tight end, because you guys have a pair.
Yes.
And so, like that, I think that's going to be important.
But also, where it comes back to up front, my man.
Yeah.
And we talk about the size of Nebraska's D line.
I don't talk about it. Our fans talk about it.
Right. But you can still be effective in the run game being smaller and quicker. And so are we going to be able to, make sure we get on blocks against, you know what I mean? And Oklahoma was a good test for us for that. You know what I mean? So that we've at least been battle tested against a top 10 team. Oklahoma looked a lot better than I thought they were going to look, primarily offensively. I'm not, Venables, he's going to have a defense. Yeah. I mean, that's what he does.
They're really good too.
Most definitely, and so I'm happy that we got to see something to like. Oh, okay. So then when we go see Nebraska and Raiola, who's a really good quarterback as well, like it's like you said, DB. You happy you saw Cincinnati early? I'm happy we saw Oklahoma early for this matchup. You know?
Yeah.
And so that's why I think it's just going to come. I think we're going to watch a really good football game. You know what I mean? And the fandom in me, I'm going with Michigan. Obviously, that's what I'm gonna do, and it's a pretty close. Now, I am realistic too. That's the coach in me. We're like, this is gonna be a pretty even game here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The coach in me says that. The fan in me obviously says Michigan's gonna win. So,
thoughts?
Did you? Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say thoughts on Crawford.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. I didn't know that he was gonna do that to him.
Yeah.
But I did know he was gonna win.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Yeah.
I told most people that like the sport, and I said I could see, I'm always looking at it from how much money can I make you? And I said I could see a late round stoppage, like 11th or 12th round for Bud. I felt like I was trending that way. But, according to Bud, he never, at no point going into that fight did he think Canelo was going to be bigger or stronger. He said the main thing that he had to test out was how he didn't know what kind of frame he was actually going to be dealing with the night of. So he had to be prepared to be able to not be bullied or to still be, super skilled. So for him, it was a wait and see mode till he felt how strong he was.
Right. And that's what we were all waiting for, right?
Oh, you and Max Kellerman. Golly.
Like, hey, how is he going to deal with a blow? And once I saw the two good shots to the body from Canelo, and Bud took it, I think it affected him a little bit, but he took it. He ate, and I was like, oh, okay. I said now, and then once we got after I think probably after the fifth, I was like, the fourth or fifth round, I was like, ooh, we're going in the later rounds, as DB likes to call the deep water. Canelo isn't going to survive. He's not going to survive because
the visual I couldn't believe two judges had him ahead late in that fight. I'm like, what are we doing?
You know how it is, man. You know how they do. Like, we've been seeing it our whole lifetime and probably even before us, man. It's like, you better go in there and dominate the champ, or they're definitely going to favor the champion.
Yeah.
Especially, like Bud wouldn't get that because Bud isn't really the masses champion.
And you know what? Like if you just asked, how he would just say, I don't care. I'll take matters into my own hands. And but it almost didn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
I was shocked.
That he got the fight, or that
no, that
or
it was.
He won the fight. What do you mean?
You had 2 115, 113s. You can't watch that thing again without volume and no crowd influence, and tell me that Canelo won more than 4 rounds.
Most definitely. I don't think he won more than 2.
4, I could see. I'm telling you, man, I spent Sunday killing myself. I'm like, okay, like, just focus. Like, could they have scored that? How did they see that? I kind of wondered, like, when Bud would shake his head, did that sway the judges that the punch was actually effective? Right? Did it have the opposite effect?
Yes. I kind of thought that, too. I was like, all right, but what are we doing here?
There was one where, I think everybody thought he got a good body shot. I mean, I paused it. I was gonna tweet it out. I was like, man, I'm already ridiculous. Let me stop. I mean, he hit him flush on the elbow.
A lot of elbows.
Like on the elbow, and I was like, that's not a good body shot.
Yeah.
Right. He definitely was blocking that thing. Right. He's playing good defense.
I mean, did you see Bud's face? The only mark he had was from the headbutt.
Yep. Oh, yeah. And that's when you knew it was over. I'm like, oh, he's headbutting like Holyfield. Oh, yeah, the party's over. Because he's too quick. He won't let you get it.
Don't why
away like that.
Why are you taking a shot at my man Real Deal?
I'm always. Oh yeah, but he also was headbutt king once he got to heavyweight.
Oh, you Tyson lover, you.
Hey, watch that fight with no sound and no crowd and watch those headbutts. Oh. I'm just speaking facts. That's all. But no, man. Once Bud, man, like and Canelo was beat up.
Yeah, he was. He was pretty frustrated too.
Yes. And the other thing I know Bud has power. But you don't know if that power is going to travel as you go up, right?
Yeah.
And so that's when I was like, because I knew he can outbox him, and I knew he was faster. But I was like, can he affect him? But you really don't need to affect as long as you're getting your shots off. But I did wonder if he can affect him and hurt him, and he did. And that's when it was like, oh yeah, this guy's he's a different monster. You already knew he was different and great, but now you're going into a whole different realm of, like you said, one of the greatest of all time.
Yeah, and
that's what this happened, you know.
And he's gonna settle in too, right? Where there's zero, and I wouldn't call him insecure, but he did like to silence a lot. He would try to silence critics. I think he's over it now. Like he's pretty secure.
Oh, most definitely. Yeah. I mean, he knows this was it. Like he said, I took the legacy, I took the 10 mil. I think that's a lie on the number, but I'm fine with that. Tell people you're broke. You ain't got nothing. You taxes, all that. All these hangers, you got tax issues. I don't really think he got.
He's not giving away a red cent. Like if
I know.
If we're going to lunch, I'm paying, right? So it's like if I ask him, you know what I mean?
Right. I hear you.
All right, buddy.
Man, it was beautiful to see.
Be well.
All right, y'all too, man.
All right,
talk to you later. Thanks.
I'm still mad, but it's fine.
Yeah, no, I mean that wasn't a close fight.
Shane, how funny was it that Dan and I ended how we started?
I
mean, we had some knockdown dragouts.
Yes, indeed.
I remember one time we got done with an interview and Severe goes, "Oh, that was kind of uncomfortable. You good?" Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, Dan likes to stand his ground.
I'm good.
Go to Raphael.
And that's coming from a guy who likes to stand his ground.
You funny guy.
You got it, my man.
You like your ex-girl you don't like.
I like everybody, Lance.
Didn't even get to give him a hard time on DJ Lagway.
Yeah, there's no reason for all that. You ain't got to do that right now.
But he's getting crushed.
I mean, listen, nobody can say I'm piling on because I was the first shovel.
We are making fools out here.
I've never heard that.
I think I just made it up.
Nobody can say I'm piling on because I'm the first shovel. You're childish.
I was though. I was.
Hey, you know who you better hope has a good season? Who? Or I'm gonna come for you.
Who?
You better hope Daniels is good in Washington.
Listen, I said that I would take him over Baker. That's correct.
Yes.
I also said I did not I was cautious about him in general being placed where other people were putting him because I've only seen 1 year.
4, 5, 6?
And I just saw CJ Stroud. He
was infinite number spots ahead of Hurts.
Yeah, that's crazy.
What's wrong with people?
That's crazy. He was ahead of Lamar. That's crazy. I thought it was crazy to put
I told
I'm
you
not
about
sure
Baker.
I'm not. You know what it is with Baker, and honestly, this is just every time
Baker is a baller.
That's fine.
Wins.
I agree. When I watch it, I just can't figure out how it works. Like when I watch him, I just look at it and I go, I don't know how this works. He doesn't look like it doesn't look like it should work.
Yeah.
And so I understand how these evaluators get it wrong, even though he got drafted number 1 overall. And the Browns just, I do like how I saw a tweet. Somebody's like, I like how Baker is up for like comeback player of the year last year. And he came back from just being a Cleveland Brown. That was his obstacle he had to overcome. Yeah. But I think when I
told you the story 2 years ago, right? Why there's multiple reasons I cheer for him, but like he was left for dead.
Yeah.
And he got paid. And then he bailed the Rams out to salvage half a season.
Yeah.
Without knowing anything.
Played on like a day.
Then he goes to Tampa.
Mm-hmm.
He gets the new deal. Like, I'm all in.
I like his attitude. When I look at it, though, I just can't believe it works. That's the thing I struggle with Baker. And I get that's a me problem. But I just look at it and I watch him. I go, I don't know how this works. It never makes any sense to me. It doesn't look like it should work.
He's pretty sweet.
He's a good football player.
I have a crush.
Oh, I mean, we know that. You've been very effusive in your praise of Baker Mayfield.
Well, I like the positive angle.
I mean,
on
some stuff.
You like to shovel in dirt.
Depends on who it is.
I like to look at the positive side of food storage.
No, you like to look at the food poisoning side of food storage.
It's not true.
That's 100% accurate.
Not paint me with that brush.
I don't have to. Never mind. I'm not gonna say that. That's really gross. We'll be back. More Hurrdat Sports Live.
We're in the neighborhood, just down the street. With a wide variety of home equity products to help you create a relaxing oasis. So you can kick back and relax in comfort. Centris Federal Credit Union. We are where you are.
Yeah, we're changing up every day. We have a different group in red and different group in gray every time we step on the floor. So we are mixing them up a lot. When we had 15 healthy bodies, we'd get 3 teams out there and we'd compete a lot of 5-on-5-on-5. And it's for us. Listen, you say it's a brand new group, but we had 8 weeks in the summer, so we were able to work a lot of those things out. And we've got another 4 weeks that we're going through right now with the official start date next Monday, I guess on the 22nd is the official start date. But, it's not like the old days where it was October 15 and you hadn't seen the coaches all summer. We've got a lot of time to adjust, to acclimate guys in, to get them used to the system on both ends of the floor. And, listen, we're still working things out like everybody. Those 4 hours go very quickly. And, once we get the 20 hours starting on the 22nd, having longer days out there with the guys and being able to work things more, watching more film with them once we get to 20 hours is an important part of the process. But we've had a lot of time.
Yeah, not very often. I don't know how to answer that. I don't know that I know how to answer that. To be quite honest with you, I think that's going to be more hindsight. I mean, I think Cincinnati's gone on to prove that they're a pretty good football team. Just watching them. I mean, I saw what Sorsby did. I know they're playing an FCS opponent, but they've thrown the ball for, I think, almost 600 yards in the last 2 games. So so I mean, I think we can play pretty good pass defense. So I think we had a chance to see some of those things. I think the biggest thing is we've had 3 weeks of just preparation for those games. The games are really where you go execute and compete. I mean, to me, it's the work week leading up to it that makes your team better. And I think our guys have worked hard the last 3 weeks to prepare, and they've just been very mature about, hey, this is what we need to improve on each week. Like right now, there's not a guy who doesn't know what we need to improve upon, and that'll continue for the rest of the year. So I don't know if the games themselves say much. I mean, at the end of the day, you're not playing Big Ten teams. So I mean, now the Big Ten starts. This is a whole other animal. But I think our guys have worked.
Welcome to Hurrdat Sports Live.
Welcome back, Hurrdat Sports Live, presented by Centris Federal Credit Union. That's DB. I'm Ravi Lulla here at Hurrdat Sports Bar and Grill, reminding you to make sure you get out to Hurrdat Sports Bar. It's Tuesday. That means kids eat free with the purchase of an adult entree. I know that's DB's favorite deal. Well, I don't know. You like the wings a lot. So
I got
wings
the
might be your
kids'
favorite deal.
quesadillas.
Yeah, did you?
Yeah.
Zoe likes the kids' quesadillas?
Yeah, she loves this place.
Yeah.
Yeah. And when Caleb was here, he would get the buffalo mac and cheese, so I could feed everybody, and it was fine. Everybody could find something they like.
Love it.
I put my money where my mouth is, Ravi. I just ate here.
Okay. I hear all the time.
I know. I remember one time I said, "Hey, did you try such and such?" And you're like, "I don't know, man. This is like I've been eating here like 2 or 3 times a week. I may have to give it a break."
Especially during football season, sometimes I gotta chill. I'm here a lot.
Did you see the new specials?
I haven't yet. I gotta go look them up.
I want to bring in the chalkboard, but
We can put it on camera. Just hold it up. Have you kind of do a little Vanna White situation.
What I tell you about calling me Vanna White?
Sorry, Damon Black situation.
Thank
Just
you.
do the.
Thank you. I'm surprised you remembered that. But you always go to the Vanna White reference.
It's because she's the only person that literally just points at stuff. That's been her entire job.
And you didn't want to refer to me as like a Barker Beauty or anything? Yes, it's Damon Black.
Also, I don't know any of the like.
I bet there's a Damon Black that's a real person.
Oh, for sure. That sounds like a name. Like it sounds like a real name. Also,
You're an idiot.
I don't know any.
I feel like I want to go eat my breakfast.
I don't know any of the names of the Price is Right ladies.
I don't either. So Bob used to always. He had a thing for one of them, but I can't remember what her name was.
Yeah, I think he got himself in a little bit of trouble.
All those guys were weird.
Yeah, I got himself a little bit of trouble. Think there were some lawsuits.
Did you ever watch Family Feud?
Is that the one that dude was kissing people on the mouth all the time?
On the lips.
Yeah, that's weird. Speaking of, I don't know how to transition this. We have our guest now.
Brett, it's okay. Brett knows I'm weird. Don't mind
we got
me.
Brett Ciancia from Pick Six Previews. What's going on, Brett?
Morning, guys. Thanks for having me on.
Hey, you always have sun. Like, is the weather? Is it always sunny there, B, or is that like green screen and you could make it look the way you want to?
Well, they call it. It's always sunny in Philly. I mean, I'm not downtown. I'm about an hour outside, but I'll take it. It's been good luck so far. Yeah.
Hey, can I stay right there on a random? What are the thoughts of Iowa coming to town to play Rutgers right up the road from you? Like, I actually think that's a tricky game, and it reminds me a lot of. I called Cal beating Minnesota. Not that was a hot take with only 2.5 spread, but I'm like, that's going to tell me a lot about both teams. I kind of feel like this about Iowa and Rutgers.
Yeah, Friday night action up here in New Jersey. I have it more like a pick 'em. I think it's going to be a tight game. 2 strong defenses. You know what you're getting with Iowa. They started to show a little bit more in their pass game this week with Gronowski, with Kirk Ferentz breaking the Big Ten wins record. I still think Iowa's the better team, but Rutgers sitting there 3-0, still somewhat of a mystery given their non-conference didn't have many tests in it. So, yeah, it could go either way. I think it's more of a pick 'em type game. I'll lean Iowa, but we're going to learn a lot about both.
I got a question. How much of how much of the quarterback play and what's happened at home versus the road trip for Gronowski influences what you're thinking? Because if you think there's a clear advantage at quarterback, like what are the advantages for Iowa that make you lean Iowa? Is it their history or their run game?
Yeah, I think your track record
both,
with Iowa, the defense. I mean, you kind of know you're getting out of Phil Parker, one of the best in the game, defensive coordinator. Now, this cycle, they did lose some veteran players. Back in 2024, that was where I thought they could maybe strike and make a move because they were very veteran back there on their defense, and they had a manageable schedule draw in the Big Ten, and it didn't come true. But now you fast forward to 2025, they lost a lot of talent. And the schedule ramps up for them. So this one is a winnable game, but then from here, it gets really tough for Iowa. Them and Wisconsin have the hardest Big Ten draws this year. So they got to get this one. And I think they will. I think it's going to be a tight game, but I trust their defense, trust their staff. And, yeah, we'll see about the run game, but I lean Iowa in this one.
Brad, I want to look back at last week. There's a couple teams in that top 10, 12 range, both in the state of South Carolina, actually, with South Carolina and Clemson, that took losses. Who are you more concerned about long-term? Clemson at 1-2 after the loss to Georgia Tech, or South Carolina at 2-1, but not sure about the status of Lenore Sellers?
Well, they're catching 13 or 14 this week. Ooh.
Yeah, well, it's all about perspective. I think with Clemson, you expect a national title contender. They came in the top 5. They were projected to win the ACC. So within that context, yeah, there's some flags there. They're now a questionable playoff team at best. They need to really run the table in the ACC from here on out. But with Carolina, it was a different expectation for me. I know that the AP poll had them, 11th in the preseason. I didn't have them ranked at all. I had them like 35th. I just didn't see it this year from South Carolina. I called them the most overrated team in the SEC. So outside of Lenore Sellers, that roster really drops off, and I have my questions. So I guess that one doesn't surprise me as much. If you look at the numbers now, I've got them projected to finish 1-7 in the SEC. It's they're not many easy games over there. So I think within the context of it, I'm more shocked about Clemson. I thought we had a playoff or ACC title team. Carolina doesn't surprise me. I was fading them the whole way, and so that's where I'm at with them.
All right, so I want to go back to the Big Ten real quick before we start capping the games. I referenced Minnesota, Cal, and I'm impressed. I've always been a Wilcox guy, Brett. Full disclosure, I just think he took the wrong job. Having said that, I want to go down the street to SoCal and Westwood. Quick hook for Foster. What kind of job is that when you hear some of, maybe Pat Fitzgerald or Tony White or Jamie Chadwell in the NIL era in Westwood, Tosh Lapoy maybe? Like, what kind of job is UCLA for you?
Well, it's a whole new era of college football. I think if you think a generation ago, they had it made. They had the recruiting advantage there. You'd walk around the block and get a bunch of 5-stars. They were annually a top 15 recruiter, had the big TV windows right there with USC. But now it's a whole new ball game. I don't think they have the NIL funding. I don't think they have the support. I don't think they have the appetite for football out there. You watch them, it's empty stadiums. They have the tarp covering most of the Rose Bowl interior. So I just don't think they have it right now. And maybe that's why Chip Kelly ran away from it. I mean, he was not fired. He left on his own accord.
And everybody gave him a hard time about not caring about, keeping his house clean. He's like, I don't know, man.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think the resources are there for it. So I think it's a tough job for anybody to take. That's why maybe they landed on Deshaun Foster. I don't know where the interest was on the other side of coaches wanting to go there. You saw Tony White turn them down last cycle. That's his alma mater. We'll see what they go with, but I think it's a really tough job right now, just given where we're at with college football. They're definitely the second team there behind USC in the city. And then within this conference, I mean, there's more NIL support and more appetite for football all across this league. So it's going to be tough.
What about, let's move to the other job that opened up this weekend as well, Virginia Tech. How do you see them positioned in the ACC, and what kind of job do you think, or what kind of candidates do you think that job will attract?
Yeah, so that one, I know they have an appetite for football. Their fans love it. They sell out Lane Stadium, even the last couple of years when the team has struggled. So they care down there, but I don't know if they have the money to match it. Now, the last couple of transfer cycles, they have been outbid. They've had to fall down to the FCS ranks to fill out their roster, and that's reflected in their talent level now. I mean, this is not the Virginia Tech that you're used to seeing. I grew up in the 2000s with college football. They were annually a top 15 team. They were always up there competing for the Big East or the ACC. Has not been the case recently. So, I'm interested to see who they go with. They're starting the process real early here, mid-September. They have their pick of the lot here, but I think they'll be in better shape than UCLA in this coaching carousel before it heats up.
How careful with what is happening fiscally at the University of Florida? They've been able to tread water the last 3 or 4 years. You've had problems with your president and chancellor. Finances have been shaky. The name resonates. How careful should potential Florida coaches be if Napier is in fact going to be run out of there? Is Florida still a good job for you?
Yeah, I think it's one of the top 10 jobs in college football. I mean, it's got
everybody keeps saying that.
I think it is. I mean, my counter would be, why wouldn't it be? I mean, it's in the speed.
Why don't they win more? Why don't they win more?
Yeah, well, they're in a tough conference. I mean, they're going up against originally it was the Saban dynasty, then the Dan what's called the Dan Lanning, the Kirby Smart dynasty at Georgia. They got them stuck in their division. Then you had Tennessee in their division. I think it's just tough to win there, based on the conference strength. So maybe you're talking me into it, but I think.
I mean, Florida State's on the come. Miami's good.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, I mean, that seems to cycle too. I mean, Miami has been down for a long time, and just the last couple of years they're back. So I think Florida, given their location, their conference patch on the jerseys, their money support, I think they should be a top 10 program. Maybe they've been under that standard the last couple of years, but I think you'd be hard pressed to find 10 better jobs. But that's my opinion.
He's not like he's in the majority.
Definitely not alone.
I just think at some point, like something is wrong there, and I think it's the assumption of the resources. I really do, Brett. I mean,
maybe, yeah,
because history says that it's not what we think it is.
I will say this. I'm surprised they weren't able to notch a top 5 class under Napier, because this is a program historically that has recruited at that clip. I mean, the Urban Meyer years before that, this is if Florida is going to be at their program peak, they got to be a top 5 recruiter. I mean, they should be on the same level as Georgia and Alabama recruiting. So if they weren't able to do that with Billy Napier, who is known as a good recruiter, maybe that is a signal to their funding and behind the scenes stuff that you mentioned, maybe not being there. So yeah, point, counterpoint. We'll see. I mean, maybe it isn't where it should be money-wise on the backside, because it has not been reflected on the field or on the recruiting trail recently.
I want to stay in the conference. I'm going to take advantage of the fact you're super bright. All in, all out, or tell me in a couple of days after Oklahoma about Auburn.
I like Auburn. I was high on them in the preseason. I had them in my top 25. I look at what they did with their receiver core. It's one of the best in the country. Jackson Arnold actually has impressed me. I didn't realize he was such a good runner. He's shouldering a lot of carries, and not just scrambles, but designed runs between the tackle box, lowering the shoulder on guys. So, and he's going to be extra motivated going up against his old team, Oklahoma. So I've been high on Auburn. I like where they're at. Big win over Baylor. So yeah, we're going to learn a lot about them this Saturday. Now it's going to be tough against that Oklahoma front seven. I think it's one of the best in the country there too.
They're ridiculous.
Yeah, that interior defensive line could be the best. They go 4 deep at defensive tackle. They are without R. Mason Thomas, an all-SEC guy for the first half. He was ejected for targeting last second half. So maybe a little bit of an advantage there early, but I still think Oklahoma wins it, but I think Auburn's still a solid team, and both are top 25 in my opinion.
Okay, so Brett, there's a game that I'm sort of fascinated by that I don't know that a ton of people are talking about right now. That's the Texas Tech at Utah.
It's going to be sensational.
I love Kyle Whittingham. I think that the addition of Dampier has been just a godsend for Utah. I think that might be the best team in the
but Baron Morton's a stud.
Well, so that's what's fascinating about this matchup, right? I'm enamored with Utah, but Texas Tech and Baron Morton are playing really good football right now as well. How do you see that one?
Yeah, I'm fascinated by this too. It's my top 2 projected teams in the Big 12 now, with the updated numbers in there of 3 weeks of game data. I really like what Utah has shown. They brought the new offense over from New Mexico with Jason Beck, the coordinator, Dampier, the quarterback, even brought one of his receivers. They've been perfect so far. The defense is as expected too. You just know you're getting from Utah, the physicality, the defense. But what makes this really intriguing is this is the first real test for this Texas Tech experiment. Of course, this offseason, they went out, they secured the number 2 transfer haul in America. They got all that big oil money together and rallied and put together this team. So this is the first true test. So far, so good. They blew out 3 opponents. They've covered lines of like 60 points, 50 points. They're covering the spread and killing their opponents. But this is really the first true test. So it's in Salt Lake City, one of the best home field advantages out there. It's going to be their 91st straight sellout. Now, I know that rings hollow on a Nebraska show because you got 4 times that, but outside of Lincoln, that's one of the top streaks in the country going. So I'm impressed by Utah. I'm actually going to go with Texas Tech. I think the firepower they have, the athletes.
You get points too.
Yeah, I would call it a pick 'em, but seeing that they're getting points, I'm going to go Texas Tech with 3.5 points. I think we're going to learn a lot about them, but in terms of NFL draft prospects, watch lists, all that kind of talent indicators, it looks like Texas Tech.
All right, I got one for you. I understand the conference because I think they're not left for dead, but it's in essence an eliminator game for SMU. I like Lashley. I think he's auditioning for another job, even though he has a really good situation in SMU money-wise and the whole deal. But, man, this is a big one for SMU, and they're getting a fair amount of points. I think, what is it, 9, 8.5? What do you like here with SMU?
Well, with SMU, you like their offense is very boom or bust, and that's good and bad. I mean, they're able to rattle off some
6.5. That's 6.5 right now.
Yeah, they're able to get some explosives in the pass game, but then all of a sudden he'll turn around and have 4 turnovers in a game. So very hot and cold on offense. They've upgraded their lines of scrimmage from the portal. Usually when a team moves up from the non-AQ to the Power 4, it takes several cycles of recruiting to get that kind of linemen and those kind of bodies, but they did it quicker than ever with the transfer portal. So I like that. I do think TCU is the better team, the more proven team so far. I like that the line's so high. I'd even go higher. I have a TCU by 9 right now. My numbers love TCU, love the offense. Josh Hoover, their receiver core. I spoke with head coach Sonny Dykes this offseason. I was a little bit I was questioning his receiver room because he lost his top 2 guys to the pros. They did everything for the team last year. He loves this new crew, and so far so good. It's all these 4 stars, these young guys coming up the ranks. So he's looked right so far. I like TCU here. A motivation game, too, for Dykes. If you watched last year's Iron Skillet, he was thrown out of the game. I'd never seen this. The coach was thrown out of the game in the second quarter. He had to walk all the way past the SMU student section, of course, his former employer, and they were just heckling him like crazy. So a lot of motivation revenge spot here for TCU from last year.
Given how the rest of the schedule shakes out for both teams, in particular Indiana with a couple of toughies remaining, you look at this Illinois-Indiana game as an elimination game for either team or not so fast?
I think it's early to call it elimination, but I just don't think either one is going to be really contending for a Big Ten spot. I mean, I see Illinois more as like a 7-5, 8-4. I'm higher on Indiana. Maybe they're in that 9-3 range. I'm going to go Indiana in this one. You look back at last year, not all 10-win seasons are created equal. I think you look at Illinois, it was a great coaching job. They grinded out a lot of close wins, overtime wins, last play of the game wins, 1-point win over Purdue last year. But then you look at what Indiana did, and I know it was an easier schedule, but they destroyed everything in their path. I mean, 35-point wins all the time, margin of victory, one of the best in the country. And then they brought back all 3 of their All-Americans too. So they return a lot. I know Illinois returns a lot, but so does Indiana. I'm going to go Indiana here. You never thought you'd be saying Illinois-Indiana, a ranked matchup here mid-September, but there it is, and rightfully so. I'm going to go Indiana, though, to win it.
I want to stay in the Big Ten here real quick. One of the matchups I'm fascinated by is USC and Michigan State. I get that USC is a 17.5-point favorite, and they're at home. That seems pretty big to me. I don't know. I think Michigan State might be a little spicier than that.
Yeah, Michigan State coming in 3-0. They beat Boston College there in overtime 2 weeks ago. They have some injury concerns. I was reading up on them last night, actually, and they lost 4 starters during the game last week. So I don't know how many are back. It's still early in the week for an injury report. But you're talking their top 2 receivers, Nick Marsh, Alante Brown, both questionable or out. Starting lineman, Vinchik is out. So some questions there injury-wise. I do like Aiden Childs at quarterback. But with USC, you have one of the top offenses in the country. Jaden Mayava, actually number 1 in the QB rating stat. Not an opinion, but the formula for QB rating. Number 1 right now.
I love the distinction.
But no, so I think USC is a complete team. I think they're going to win that and cover it. I'm really high on USC. Look at them for a potential playoff spot. I know we're way early on that, but the schedule sets up well for them if they continue. They could be one of those 10-2 bubble teams.
Brett, I'm just telling you, it's going to be a circus here this weekend. It's the 95 National Championship team reunion. It's a ranked opponent. It's Michigan. Memorial Stadium, 2:30 CBS. We get the number 1 crew. Just 2.5. I'm just telling you, this your buddy, friend to friend insider here, how the sausage is made. If Nebraska wins this game, I'm telling you, look the heck out. Like this team will have cleared the emotional hurdles. I was surprised at the number. I thought it would be at least a key number, maybe 3. I get it. It's just a hook difference. Could be monumental. Memorial hasn't been worth a ton as a home game for Nebraska, so I think folks think Michigan is clearly the better team.
Don't tell that to Colorado.
What do you what do you say, Brett?
Exactly. Well, I was out there for the Colorado game
Yes,
last
you
year.
were,
I got to
yeah.
say, that home field advantage was unbelievable. Some of the loudest I'd heard a stadium. I was down there on the sideline, and during that pick six was some of the loudest I've ever heard a stadium. So I think that, what do they say in the student section? Welcome to your worst nightmare. It's going to be tough for Bryce Underwood. Now, he's grown up the last couple of weeks. Last week, he showed off his legs a lot more, and that was designed against Central Michigan. He ran for over 100 yards. Most rushing yards by a Michigan quarterback in a decade. So he's starting to show that. I know that Nebraska now has to prepare for that on film. But yeah, actually, you're going to like this. My number is favor Nebraska in this one straight up. They're shading towards Nebraska winning by a point or two. So I was shocked to see it come out that far the other way. I'd actually call it a pick 'em or a Nebraska lean here.
That's a lot.
Yeah. Because I know that Bryce Underwood has a high upside, but it's still, I mean, you saw him against Oklahoma in a rough environment, and that did not go well at all. So I think you're catching a future star early in his career still. And then with Nebraska, they're taking some steps forward too. And I feel like a couple years back, some of those FCS games and non-AQ games would have been, 27-14 or something, or, by a touchdown or two. But these were blowouts. You want to see that. That's what you should do against, if you're a top 25 caliber team, that's what you should do. So they took care of business. So I like Nebraska. The biggest question for me is, can that offensive line hold up against a really nasty front seven from Michigan? They're one of the best in the country.
And they'll play a ton of guys too.
Yeah, so that's where I think the game was decided. Nebraska's offensive line is veteran. We've been saying it for a couple of years now. When's it going to click? This could be a big statement moment for just Nebraska overall, but the pipeline, the offensive line.
Let me ask you something, because you were there, and he's in the pros, and you can debate where he was drafted, but clearly Shedeur was shook with that environment, and he's a savvy veteran. He's been in a lot of big-time atmospheres. Do you allow yourself, and I hate the transitive property, so I don't even know why I'm asking you, but could you see Bryce Underwood being overwhelmed at all by potentially what's awaiting at Memorial Stadium for him?
Well, it's really hard to compare the two personas. I have no clue about Bryce Underwood yet, but I will say they did rattle Shedeur last time against at the game we were at. He was rattled, played one of his worst games of his career.
It will be a similar environment, I guarantee you.
Rather than compare to Shedeur, I would just compare to Bryce Underwood himself at Oklahoma. And in that game, he was uncomfortable in the pocket. He was sailing a lot of throws, first read and then tuck it. And credit Oklahoma's defense too. They're one of the best in the country, like we talked about. Nebraska's not far behind defensively. So I think they can do similar and try and confuse Underwood. But yeah, so I would lean Nebraska overall. I think it's going to come down to the O-line. And if Underwood looks like he did against Oklahoma, I think Nebraska should win it.
So, Brett, I've been looking at I've been rewatching Michigan games, and I'm trying to look at, tape and grades and compare what I see on the two. And one of the things I think maybe is a little underrated is Michigan hasn't had I know Underwood ran really well last week. Their run blocking hasn't been great, even though Justice Haynes has been really good as well. If they can't run block effectively against Nebraska, considering what Nebraska's pass defense has been, how's Michigan going to score points?
Yeah, it's a good point. That's why with Pick Six previews, I have two different stats. I mean, obviously you have your yards per carry. You have your explosive runs, but then what I call is the O-line run push, because Justice Haynes, when you watch him, he has a couple of really long breakaway runs, and those are awesome. But on a down-to-down basis, the more consistent run push, I don't think is quite there than what they've had on their national title team and their playoff teams in the past. So, yeah, maybe a little bit of an angle there is the average, offensive line run push down to down isn't as dominant as you'd expect out of Michigan. Remember 2 draft classes ago, they sent 6 guys to the pros from their offensive line. You got 5 starters with 6 draft picks. It's unbelievable, the talent drain that they had at offensive line. I don't think they backfilled it quite enough to be a championship caliber line. So that's an angle too. I like Nebraska's front 6, front 7, whatever you call it there. I think they're going to hold their ground against the run.
Brett, let me get you out on this, a topical question about coaching with the amount of availabilities that could come open. If it were you, how would you slot the differences between guys like potentially Caleb DeBoer, Jimbo Fisher, and maybe, just stay with me here, a guy like Dabo Swinney?
For head coaching candidates?
Yes. If jobs were to come open, slot those three for me. One may be unemployed, one is currently unemployed, and one may leave on his own accord.
I still think the best pick out of those three, if you're talking right now, 2025, 2026 going forward to build a program long-term, I think you got to go Kalen DeBoer. I really like what he's done everywhere. He took Washington to the national title. I know that they look bad in week one. I still want to see this Alabama team finish out. I want to see them grow as the season goes on. He had to replace the legend, Nick Saban. We knew that was going to be a tough transition, but I like what he's done every stop of the way. I like his offensive, his offensive mind. I go with him. Obviously, looking at resume, career-wise, looking backwards, you go Dabo. I mean, all the national titles, the playoff, building Clemson into a powerhouse. But I don't know going forward the next 10 years how that looks, especially at a new school starting from scratch in this NIL era and transfer era. So I go Kalen DeBoer looking forward. Obviously, Dabo with the resume looking back.
That's Brett Ciancia, Pick Six Previews. Brett, great stuff as always. We appreciate it.
Thanks, guys. Good luck Saturday. It's going to be awesome for you.
Thanks, buddy. Appreciate you.
We'll talk to you next week. It's Brett Ciancia from Pick Six Previews. Yeah, I don't know. I've got some questions about Michigan.
I don't know. If Nebraska wins, it's
going to be a monster. I'm trending a certain way. I'll save it.
I mean, they are chomping at the bit. Turn it loose.
Let the dogs off the chain. Let's go.
Yeah, we'll see.
I don't know. I've got a feeling. I've got a feeling how I think this one might go.
Tonight's gonna be a good night.
Big Black Eyed Peas guy?
No.
They seem like right up your alley.
No, corny.
No?
Bunch of corn.
Not a fan?
No. This whole
You don't like corn?
Tim, believe me, I've been No, he's not alone.
I know.
I'm keeping track. See, these guys, they watch a lot of football. Hopefully you don't just look at stats. Design run game. We'll see. We'll see. Because he cranked out the yards, not sure that's who he wants to be.
Yeah, it may be who he has to be.
Yeah, well.
That's the interesting part, right?
Let me know how that works out for you.
Well, I'm not saying it's going to work, but sometimes you get forced into decisions you don't want to make.
I'll take me. I just know the designs.
Yeah.
I'll take me.
No, I get it.
We'll see how comfortable he is.
Let's take a quick break here. We'll be back in just a few minutes. And if you're on the roads this morning, make sure you got that seatbelt fastened. Make it click. Prevents injuries and saves lives. No, that's sword.
No, that's the seatbelt.
Oh,
they
you got
it's the sword.
Gotcha.
That's what the
Seatbelt.
DBs do when
Lock
they
in.
put the seatbelt on and they
locked them up.
And they strap you up.
That's what you got to do.
The DBs are doing.
That's what you got to do when you're in the car. Make sure you have that seatbelt fastened. It prevents injuries and saves lives, especially from the NEOT Highway Safety Office. We'll be back. More Hurrdat Sports Live.
Yeah, I haven't been obviously back for 8 years, but I'm really looking forward to this game because it is a big deal for the state, and it's just a testament of how awesome volleyball is here, with Creighton being so good, and Nebraska obviously with all their tradition. But Creighton's a very, very good team, and they're always a very confident team. So it's going to be a tough game for us, and also into that big arena, just with a Final Four feel, and it's going to be. I'm sure it's not sold out, but it's going to be packed. So.
What's the value of already having played in 2 big arenas before going up?
Yeah, I think that's huge. Our players shouldn't be shocked or feel surprised or feel overwhelmed. It should be, feels like we played half our games this preseason in big arenas.
Imagine your first dream home and the feeling of walking inside for the first time. With Centrist Federal Credit Union's First Time Home Buyers program, you are at the doorstep of bringing your vision to life. Welcome home. From your neighborhood mortgage experts, Centrist Federal Credit Union. We are where you are.
I think it's really cool growing up in Nebraska and being able to watch the Huskers and Creighton play. It's a very special game, and for all of Nebraska, honestly, because this is the volleyball state. It's so important here, so I think it's just a celebration of volleyball here, and it's always competitive. It's always a great game.
Do you know many of the girls, or you play with any of the girls?
Mm-hmm. A few. I played with Skylar McCune in club, and then Liv Hausman in high school.
Well, and if maybe that's not for you, there are other ways you can help. You've got,
Yes.
I know you've got a big event coming up here
We
on
do.
September
We
18th.
do.
It's called For Potential 2025. For spelled FORE. It's a little golf event, play on words.
Yes.
I like that. So if maybe you're like, hey, I would love to get involved. Maybe I don't have the time commitment. Maybe that's
Sure.
not my specific skill set. This is an opportunity for other people. Tell me a little bit about For Potential.
Yeah, so For Potential, we're really excited. It is an event that is being hosted at Topgolf. So it's an Thursday afternoon. Folks can come, and it's just open play. And we will have lots of different kind of like targeted fun activities throughout the day, opportunities to collect or to get some prizes. And then we'll also have a silent auction going on for really, really incredible trips. We've got some really cool trips that we're so excited about. Mexico, a ski Colorado trip, and then trip to Sonoma as well. So
Welcome to Hurrdat Sports Live.
With that, we turn to this week. Obviously, we've won 5 of our last 6. And so our guys are starting to understand the process. They're starting to understand going back into last year how to do things at a high level. They weren't giddy yesterday. They weren't happy about some of the things. There's some things we have to really improve upon. I'll make light of a couple. Obviously, our kickoffs right now it's in the kicking game. We can't keep kicking the ball out of bounds. When we do kick the ball, we had some good coverage, but that has to improve. Our goal to go offense inside the 10. We're 69% red zone touchdowns. Our goal is 70. 70 is we think a CFP number. Yet inside the 5 or 6 of our last 9, 3 of them we haven't scored. So the number should be through the roof right now. So we have to improve that. Then defensively, obviously, we're facing a team that's 15. I believe their rushing offense is 15th, and so they have a quarterback who's mobile, who can run. And so Obviously, that showed up in the first game. They will use tempo. They will use sugar huddle. So those are things that showed up in the first game we haven't seen in the last two, but we'll have to be prepared for that. So a lot for us to work on. I love the way the guys have approached it. And now it begins. You know, a Big Ten season begins, and we're excited for it.
Welcome back, Hurrdat Sports Live, presented by Centris Federal Credit Union. That's DB. I'm Ravi Lulla here at Hurrdat Sports Bar and Grill. Just as Big Ten season's about to begin, so is our friendship with Next Gen Mail Medical. Just went over and picked up my stuff yesterday. Excited.
Oh, I need to get over there. Did you really?
I did. I got my
So they
stuff.
only took 2 weeks?
Yeah, so there was actually a delay on the pharmacy side. Otherwise, it would have been faster.
Oh, yeah.
Like they were on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Say less.
You got to get in there. It's there. And Nick, the owner, super cool dude.
Is he funny? Because I'm weird.
Everybody over there, super cool. Like they'll take good care of you.
Does he tell jokes?
Yeah.
Does he have a good sense of humor?
I think so. It seemed like it. He seems to like us.
Does he know I'm crazy?
Well, if he doesn't, he'll figure it out pretty quick.
Yeah.
You're not like great at hiding it. It's right there on the surface for people to discover. Call 402-614-9700. Call our friends at Next Gen Mail Medical. I'll keep you posted on how I'm doing with the stuff I picked up. I'm excited.
So you just want me to talk to Nick?
Yeah, that's the phone number I gave you. That's his cell phone.
Oh.
He gave us a little special treatment.
All right. Hey, Nick,
You know?
I'm weird, so I need you to hook this up.
Yeah, he took it because I didn't really want to do the testosterone again. And so he hooked me up with some other stuff to try and meet my goals.
Yeah. So
because I felt like the testosterone last time like halted my weight loss. Like I feel like it stalled me. I didn't want to do that again.
Really?
Yeah, I felt like it slowed it down. So I switched to some other. They're like, hey, we got some stuff we can.
And you do know some funny things about the body.
I have a
all over my body.
I have a professional curiosity.
Yeah.
About
So
how
I
those
asked
things
you.
work.
I said, "Hey, do you look at my?"
I didn't know they made those. I'm interested in that.
So
Can I get a little taste?
I just got this yesterday. So I went.
Where'd you get it from?
I was at Costco, so I
Okay.
saw my bestie Lucy.
Okay. Did that come in like a big container?
Yes.
It's Costco, so I assume. Yeah.
So immediately I saw 30 grams of protein, 0 sugars.
Love it.
I was looking for something for Micah,
Mhm.
but because he doesn't like fruit, this dude doesn't
like even flavor.
He won't mess with strawberry, vanilla, nothing. If
I like fruit flavor.
So even bars are hard to come by, and he's real particular about the bars. That's why he's got to go see Jason.
A lot of the bars are pretty bad. Like a lot of.
No, I know they
a lot
are.
of
You
protein
have
bars.
you have to really read labels.
You got to be
right?
real
And-
careful too.
And he's like that.
And some of them just taste bad.
He can get over that.
Oh, he can.
Yes.
Okay.
He
I
is a
cannot.
total for sustenance guy. And no, that's not why he eats leftovers. Like
I was gonna say that. I was gonna say that.
Don't even
I was
start
gonna say
that
that.
again.
I was gonna say that.
So this bad boy has 30 grams of protein. It's only 130 calories, no sugar. So I said to you, well, it's got 90 milligrams of sodium. It's a pause for concern. Where does the caloric intake come from? And you said, well, it's not the sodium. Sodium doesn't have calories. It's from the protein. So the macros are really good then.
And they're phenomenal.
Like this is incredible.
Yeah, because is there any fat? What's the fat in there?
There's 0. So you're imagining it has to be too good to be true. You're imagining that to taste like poo.
If I had to guess, but
you're gonna give me 30 grams of protein in a can with 130 calories.
Yeah, I'm kind of trying to figure out where they get the protein from.
I would put my glasses on. You take yours off. That's weird.
Well, so I close up, I see better without my glasses. So I'm farsighted. I can't I can see, but
I
not
can't
well.
see close up. So
Yeah.
that makes me nearsighted.
Yeah.
Seems backwards.
So they use whey protein. It's just a whey protein and then some. Ooh, they got collagen in here. This is pretty good.
Will it make my lips puffy?
Different kind of collagen. More like
What's the difference?
Well, you're not injecting it in your lips for one, so that would be an issue.
Yeah, I don't. You listen. You know I don't want big lips.
It's a different look for different types of people. I was thinking of something else. I was thinking of the bovine collagen peptides in here. No, but it's this is like the macros and ingredients on this are pretty good. I do actually. Can I go get a little cup?
Man.
I want to taste some.
Yeah, I got you.
Because it looks like if that tastes good. Because I'll be honest, nobody cares about this, but I'm gonna talk about it anyway. 'Cause that's what we do. After
Hey, I know you guys don't care about anything we're saying, but we're going to say it anyway.
I mean, that's basically been the entire show, and people keep still showing up. So I don't know. They must care a little.
Oh,
anyway,
man.
I've had a really hard time since I stopped powerlifting and lifting heavy, getting protein in because I got real burned out on protein shakes.
Yeah.
And because I drank them probably 2 a day for almost 10 years, and I'm just kind of over it. I can't even get them down anymore. So I've been looking for something to help me get a little extra protein intake. And if that tastes good, that could be my magic bullet. Yeah. I've tried everything, man.
All right.
I've tried the bars. They have like protein gummies that are awful.
They can't work.
I believe they work because they taste horrifying. If they tasted good, I'd believe they didn't work.
Yeah. So I had to send Lucy, and I kind of have the hookup.
Mm-hmm.
And, she's my favorite. So I always save people in my phone under various names.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted her to download this ticket app, and I was like, shoot, Lucy, what did I save you under? And I couldn't find it, and there were people in line behind me. So I was like, oh, hey, I'll just hit you up. She's saved under Costco's best, #Lucy. That's what I saved her as.
You know what my issue is? I have it with Rico. I saved him under Enrique because that's his real name.
Yeah.
When I first met him.
I changed. So
I have to change it.
So he's changed twice.
Is he Suave now?
So I used to just use, because I grabbed it off Twitter. This was like a couple years ago, and I was like, oh, I kind of like this guy. Mm-hmm. And so I just used his initials.
Yeah.
Because it's not hyphen. It's hyphenated.
Yeah.
And, I always joke about hyphenated last names. Yeah. So I did the initials. And
Big
I did
Rogers
Clary.
Cromartie guy.
Like,
yeah.
And then it went to Puerto. And then we made fun of it on air, and I was like, oh shoot, I don't think that can ride. Like, that's not good. And you stole my thunder.
Which is funny because now I only call him Puerto. As soon as we decided,
because you did, I did not want
I don't want to do it anymore.
So now he's just Suave.
As soon as we decided it was offensive, I was like, I'm gonna call him Puerto all the time.
And I was gonna send Austin something the other day, and I go, fudge, like, what is he?
You changed him to Action Jackson?
I changed him to Action Jackson.
See, I almost never change names in my phone.
Well,
so like what you are is what you are.
So I have to know, like, this is.
Yeah.
So I have to go by what I call you.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. That's the problem with Rico.
And I want to go fat. Like,
I only call him Rico, but he's in there as Enrique.
I say Maddie as in Vers, but he's Vers all the time. So he's Vers in my phone.
Yeah.
The only Maddie that I have is DeMarinas.
Yeah, he's not that in my phone, but I call him Matty D all the time.
So for me, he's just Matty Demo.
Gotcha.
And Jacob is Young JP. And then I morphed it into Yeshua. And Jacob.
Yeah.
So it's like
big Hebrew guy.
Yeah. I mean, no. Whatever. I'm moving on.
Hebrew National? Hot dogs? No.
I'm mad at English
that's where
too, man.
Yeshua.
My own neighbor is on me about my food takes. I'm like, I'm the best cook you know. And he's like, yeah, if it's fresh off the grill, the smoker, I'm eating.
100%.
Anything else, I'm out.
Pass.
Fine. None of you guys come over.
Stank Nooner says, can you imagine how much better our chances against Michigan would be if we had been fortunate enough to get an Arch or Lagway instead of this Raiola bum?
He's going to feed your fire.
I love it. We love Stank Nooner. Speaking of Stank, well, and actually speaking of Dank.
Is he back?
He hasn't been, but he dropped some just like.
I know he got in and got out. He's a Portland guy. He may be back sleeping.
I need him to come back because he had some comments yesterday.
He was good
after we were talking to Rhule, and I actually put him in rundown. I was like, "These are good. These are good questions."
Yeah, he was good.
So there's a couple things I wanted to get to. Is first time he said, "I mean this with all due respect to Rhule, but it's like he hit the age where he doesn't give an F anymore, and is just going to be himself." And I thought about this a lot because I don't know that it was an age thing. I think it was a failure thing. Like once you experience what you think is the worst thing that can happen to you.
You and I have gone in depth into this off air.
Yes.
I know you've thought about this a ton.
I think about this all the time.
Yeah.
Because I experienced it. When you go through the thing that you think is the worst thing that can happen to you, whether it actually is or not, right? But to you, it feels like the worst thing that could ever happen to you. Mm-hmm. And for a football coach, that's getting your dream job, whether it's actually Carolina, but being a head coach in the NFL is like dream job, right? That's the pinnacle of your industry. And then you fail hard and quick. You feel like your life is over, right? And then when you come back from that, that's why I love when he says things like, if we die, we die, because he knows you're not going to die, right? you have to go into it with the attitude of, I will do this thing, and if it kills me, so be it. But he knows it's not going to kill you. And when you have that knowledge in your head, that's when you say, hey, I can be who I actually am because I tried to do it this other way, and it still ended in the worst possible situation I could imagine. So why not just do it my way? Why not just do it the way? That's what I think. I don't think it's an age thing. I think it's hey, I've been to rock bottom doing it the way I thought I was supposed to. I'm going to get to the top doing it being me.
So do you remember, this is a long time ago. He had only been here, I don't know, half a year maybe. What did I tell you? I said, listen, I love this guy, but history tells me I probably need to have a few more guardrails up. And I said, the one thing I'm afraid of, because I saw this with another guy I gravitated towards, and that was Bo. Bo was hypersensitive,
hyper paranoid,
but he was ultra paranoid. So those two things couldn't really coexist. So I said to you, we're on the phone, I think. This is in the afternoon early, and I'm like, I hope he's not so traumatized.
Yeah, from Carolina.
Do you remember?
Yep.
I said, I hope he's not so traumatized from Charlotte that he overcompensates for the good being in Lincoln.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
I do, yeah, 100%.
Like, that was my one. I'm like, oh, I've seen this before. Is he going to overdo it? Is it going to be too much the other way to counterbalance how poorly his family was like? Because, I mean, he went through some things, right?
Yeah.
And as
people talk to his family at the grocery store.
And as a guy that was so competitive as he was, to not have control over some of the things that were happening in Charlotte, but to get blamed for a lot of the things that were happening in Charlotte.
Bad franchise.
Tore him up.
Sure.
So I'm like, ooh, can he course correct?
Yeah.
Without
overcorrecting.
Too much overcorrecting.
Yeah. Well, that's
that was the thing that always scared me.
Yeah.
But as I've clearly, I mean, says the dude that told me I had issues. I'm still mad at that. You got issues, man.
Yeah.
Like, just say hello.
And then he talked to us for 20 minutes.
Yeah. Like, just say hello.
You had me at hello.
Exactly, Renee. Renee Rhule.
I think that's the first. I think that conversation is the first time, maybe, is one of the first times I brought up the near miss versus remote miss thing with you.
Yep.
Because I was.
Oh yeah. Because I was in that big. Who's the author?
Malcolm Gladwell.
Gladwell.
Yeah. Because I wasn't sure if it was going to be the miss that caused PTSD or the miss that led him to feel free. And it looks like, based on Dank Coyote's comment from yesterday, that, hey, I don't give an F anymore, appearing to be, I really believe he went the direction where it's like, hey, this didn't kill me. I'm free.
So, but the thing about it is, though, you know, when I said, gosh, the thing that I love about him being secure with this staff and how bright they are, he didn't want to really hire Eckler.
Yeah.
He hired him because he was the best man for the job. So he showed me he was getting out of his comfort zone. Didn't really want to keep Raiola.
Forced him to.
Kept him because he was getting out of his comfort zone.
Can I be honest? I don't think he really wanted to promote Butler. If I'm being honest, I don't know.
You know well, you kind of do.
Not really. I mean, you told me some stuff, but like I don't really know.
That was a hard job. That was a hard choice.
Yeah, that's what he told me. It was a very difficult decision for him to make. But what I'm going off what he said publicly, where he's like, "Hey, we're doing a national."
Publicly, he said the same thing that I told you.
Is that he's going for a national search from a sitting defense coordinator.
Yeah.
That was not John Butler.
And
what he told us,
how important the job was to him. But for what two reasons? What did he tell?
Because he liked a lot of things that they were already doing.
Yep.
Which is why Butler made sense.
Yep.
Right? Because he was in the building. And then I don't remember the other one. He liked a lot of things they were doing.
He didn't really want to mess with the practice routine because he felt like they were prepared. He loved how they practiced. Right? Tony was super intense.
Yeah.
He liked the setup. What was the other thing that he wasn't super interested in changing?
I don't remember.
Had a young team, the continuity of the voices, the consistency
of the voices,
of what the kids were hearing.
Yeah.
So he struggled.
Yeah, he ended up doing, and I think it's working, right? But he ended up going against what his initial desires were for what he thought was best.
Yeah. So one of the reasons that I said, I'm gonna try to land this before we get to Mike J. What do we got? 10 minutes?
Yeah, we got some time.
So he said, because I think this is important, and it's important in a game like this. So, we talk about a lot of things. Sometimes life, sometimes, our parents, or, his dad versus my dad, or just whatever, man, like on a different level. And one of the things that I liked, I said it to Mitch first because Mitch is kind of
it's like a high-level thinker.
Well, it's not. So yes. But there's other
sure. There's several, but yeah.
The thing where I felt comfortable saying it to Mitch is because a lot of things are more than just sports to Mitch.
Sure.
So I felt comfortable bringing it up because sometimes when I talk, people are like, "Man, it's the psychoanalyzing.
What's that have to do with football? What's that have to do with
this,
football?
that, and the other?
What's that have to do with winning?
Right.
Yeah, I get it.
But it all matters.
Everything.
To me,
it all matters.
Right?
Yeah.
Because it all matters. And so I asked Mitch, I said, the cool thing about the thing that I'm most excited about this year is now that I think he got over replacing Cooper, which was
really hard on him.
It was tough.
That was his guy.
Right? Like,
I've been everywhere with him.
That was hard.
Yeah.
And
but another thing he didn't really want to do that he knew he had to do.
Yeah. And for those guys to call early in the because it was still in the recruiting process, and hey, I got to let you know, and this is what it is, and okay, cool, you can get out of your comfort zone. You've talked to me about being a former player and a parent and balancing being in the media and all these things he and I talk about. And the one thing that I was going to be the most captivated by was the one thing this team was missing. He's got a really good special teams coordinator. He's got a really good offensive coordinator. He's got a really thoughtful defensive coordinator. He's got his confidant in Snow. He's got another smart guy in Williams. He gets the guy that he knows loves kids and can recruit in Phil Simpson. He's got his tough guy in Raiola. He's got his hammer in Barthel. Dana got his guy in Shorts. Dvorak is like
really good at what he does.
He waited on him in Carolina, right? So,
and then you got an NFL D-line coach in Brayton.
That was the kicker. But do you know why I like TB? Because TB always had aspirations of coming back to the college game to coach young people, or he wanted to be a high school coach. Even though he was having all this success in the NFL, it was never about being an NFL coach.
Yeah.
So that
gravitates towards what Rhule
cares about.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm like, holy smokes. I think he's actually going to be so comfortable in his own skin that he can just talk. What I'd say to Mitch, I said he can interject his personality into those players anytime he wants to. He can pull you to the side and talk about life or competing and then you listen to him. You think that's not the most important thing to him? Anybody can be a nobody. Why does that resonate with him?
Yeah.
Because that's what he believes wins. Like, what's this have to do with winning? Nothing.
And everything.
But everything. What does the next challenge have to do with his personality? Well, like why do I gravitate towards, and this isn't about Bud, but it's why he's drawn towards
why him
Bud.
and Bud gravitate towards each other.
I want the next challenge. I am not afraid. I have overcome failure.
What is it? Risk it all for to be great.
Yeah.
Risk it all to be great.
Picking Lincoln, I asked. We said it out loud. Why does he always seem to run into the burning building?
Yeah.
Every job he picks.
Yeah.
So why did I want the team to get over the bowl game hump? Why did I want it to be on the older guys?
So you could work on, so the younger guys could work on being great.
This is where we're seeing him at his best. And I don't think he's ever been happier because this is all.
I mean, Jess said that too.
This is all, which was cool. I almost.
And unprompted.
But listen, I do a lot of things real time that people don't understand. Like I had to seriously keep my emotions in check when she said that.
Yeah.
I'm probably nodding and vibing. I'm like,
how long have we said that though? That like he loves it here.
And you also know, I told you in December and January, I was concerned
About the kind of the like media narratives and how things were kind of.
I was concerned. I'm like, he lost his guy. Like there was just a lot going on, and we're waiting on the house settlement, and he could have folded, right? You know, Carter left, Trev left. I felt encouraged when he said, hey, you know, don't get so attached to things. You got to move on. Everybody's got to do what's right for them. So he would say these things to me that just let me know, like, stay encouraged.
Yeah,
right?
he's okay.
Like, I'm okay. But I still was, he was super, he was a little terse in how he was talking to the media. So I'm like, oh, fudge. Like.
Well, with that bow creeping in.
We good? Yes.
Yeah, well, the bow creeping in.
We good? So as this whole thing has started to happen and he had the mini meltdown at halftime, and then he channeled it differently against Houston Christian, or he was comfortable enough with us to tell the story about checking the player at practice.
Yeah.
And how 10 years ago he would have answered it differently.
Yeah, would have ripped him.
And to make himself vulnerable to give you a glimpse into in terms of what he wanted and how he thinks this program is going to grow. It's like, how can you not be excited or at least encouraged, right? He gets, and he's so well aware of, well, he doesn't do this against top 25 programs. He's like, how many times have I ever been the better team? Like, how many times was I supposed to win these games? Like, you're judging me on year 1 or year 2 of these reformation projects of Temple and Baylor, and you want to throw these statistics at me. What I need to do is stay within myself and say, okay, how many times did we actually have an opportunity to win? Do you know why that resonates with me? Because I was a guy that went 0-27 as a head coach that should know about coaching, right? And I had to ask myself, how many of these games could we actually have won? And there's 2.
Yeah.
There was an overtime game in Lincoln at Lincoln High in which we played with a third-string quarterback because Lundeen got hurt, and my guy Cartwright all of a sudden couldn't play in warm-ups. And there was Brian when they beat us on like a 90-yard scramble by a quarterback, and they celebrated on our field. Outside of that, there were no other games we were going to win. Benson was better than we were. South was better than we were. So I had to at some point come to grips with like, okay, this isn't really about the numbers. This is we got less kids in study hall. I had 2 less guys die the year before. Like, these are the things I had to have the small victories. So I'm drawn towards the guy that can understand small victories, even though the world tells you different. The world tells you different. So when I watch these guys with the opportunity against Michigan, and he looks at it like he's very careful. He doesn't talk about the first big game or the first real test. He talks about a Big Ten opponent or the opportunity to see where we are, or to say to us, man, we've scored 6 out of 9 touchdowns inside the 5-yard line. That's horrific. Do we need to have a talk show about it? No. But do we need to address it? Yes. Like, we laugh.
Yeah.
But that's exactly how he can compartmentalize like that. 66% inside the 5 is
Terrible.
Tragic.
Terrible.
It's tragic.
Yeah, horrifying.
But do we need to like compound the problem by saying how awful it is? No, they know it's that. What he say right after? Okay, so how do we get better? How do we fix it?
Gotta go fix it.
I said 3 or 4 months ago, it's too early because they haven't won enough games, and we need signature things before we give flowers, especially to men. You're going to have to at some point give these guys credit for functioning in chaos and not bitching and moaning about it. Whether it's him, it's Dannon, it's the staff, it's the support staff, it's bad flight times, it's messed up hotels, it's the house settlement, it's keeping registration open for coaching. It doesn't matter what it is. Don't complain, just compete. The more that team understands we just need to compete, the better they're going to be. Because what has ailed this program isn't physical, it's emotional. So why not rally around a guy that gives you emotional stability and emotional toughness? That's Coach Rhule.
Coming up next, Mike Schaefer.
Yeah, I haven't been obviously back for 8 years, but I'm really looking forward to this game because it is a big deal for the state, and it's just a testament of how awesome volleyball is here, with Creighton being so good, and Nebraska obviously with all their tradition. But Creighton's a very, very good team, and they're always a very confident team. So it's like it's going to be a tough game for us, and also into that big arena just with a Final Four feel, and it's going to be, I'm sure it's not sold out, but it's going to be packed. So
what's the value of already having played in 2 big arenas before going up?
Yeah, I think that's huge. Our players shouldn't be shocked or feel surprised or feel overwhelmed. It should be, feels like we played half our games this preseason in big arenas.
Welcome to Hurrdat Sports Live.
I hate when coaches say execution, but we had a like going back to last week. We had Jacory on an out route, and we just didn't connect on it. We went back to that same play this week. It's 4th down. We teach to reach the ball across the goal line on 4th down. We had 2 4th downs where we didn't reach the. Don't reach the ball across the goal line. We're yelling at Williams for not having 5 points of ball security as he's a defensive lineman scoring a touchdown. But the thing is, if it's the last play of the half, if it's a 2-point or the game, if it's a 2-point play or if it's 4th down, we should reach it because there's nothing to lose. We didn't do either one of those. So I think great teaching moments. But I wouldn't say it's any one thing as much as it is just we just haven't kind of put it all together yet. So we'll have a separate period for it. We've always do it, but we'll have some emphasis to it this week and try to get better.
Welcome back, Hurrdat Sports Live, presented by Centris Federal Credit Union. That's DBM Ravi, Lulla here at Hurrdat Sports Bar and Grill. We're joined now by Mike Schaefer of Husker 24/7. What's up?
Not a ton. Just excited for Michigan week. Excited to kind of get into Big Ten play here. All that good stuff.
You're oozing with excitement. I'm just telling you. I mean, we could hug it out and be buddies. We can't field kickoffs, and you can't have a healthy quarterback. So neither one of us can just have nice things, Schaefer. The only thing I'm encouraged by is Cincinnati's without the GOAT, and Cleveland still thinks Flacco is a good starting quarterback. So it's the only thing I'm optimistic about. I don't know. At least you got the fact that the Bears defensively may be the worst team that we've seen in 15, 20 years, because, wow. The odd points already is not good in Chicagoland.
The tough thing for me is that the Lions win that game by like 30-some points, and Minnesota needs like a miraculous fourth-quarter comeback to beat a Lions or a Bears team that, is auditioning to be the worst in the NFL through 2 weeks. So I don't know what I'm supposed to do with that. I also like JJ McCarthy's managed to play 4 games in his career. He's now been injured for after 2 of those 4 games. That doesn't seem like a great start to.
And he was pretty durable in college.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when you're turning around and handing it off and everybody else is getting hit, it makes it a little bit easier, certainly.
Also did have like one of the best offensive lines in college football.
Okay, you guys.
That's the thing about it. Like, he went from
that helps
an unbelievable offensive line, defensive line, and knowing the other team's defensive signals to coming to the NFL where he has neither of those things. And they don't, unfortunately, like Kevin O'Connell doesn't know exactly what the defense is trying to do when they're doing it. It's harder. It is a much harder sport when you don't have the answer.
They just had the signal safe.
Yeah, well, and his former offensive coordinator isn't even allowed to coach in this game against Nebraska. It's just incredible stuff.
So, Shave, I was actually I don't know if you remember me saying this about McCarthy, and I like him. I do, and I hope he figures it out. But we had this conversation where we were talking about Jaden Daniels and McCarthy, and everybody was talking about Jaden Daniels' frame and how it's like not a big guy and whatever. And I think we turn to each other and we go, have you seen how like slight JJ McCarthy is?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden he's having these injury issues. Like, I guess I'm not totally shocked that he's having a hard time staying healthy, but
he was like 175 pounds after missing most of last season. They threw a parade for him because he gained 15 pounds after losing a bunch of weight last year because he couldn't play with the torn meniscus. So he wasn't able to lift. Like, yeah, he's not a big guy. He's not slight. Like, he's just sort of kind of an average build. And then when you're basically running around like a rich man's version of Will Levis, because that's the offense that you can play, because you got 7 snaps in the preseason, and then you're thrown out there to play in the NFL as if you are just going to be able to pick this up and do it easily. You're probably going to get hurt. So
some preseason snaps might have been helpful.
Yeah, 7 felt like enough for the Vikings, I guess. And to be fair,
that's the other television show.
Their concern was that he might get hurt. And here we are in week 3.
Appears it may have been a valid concern.
Also, if you're concerned that he might get hurt, I would have probably looked for a backup quarterback before August 28th to have on the roster personally, but I'm no Kwesi Mensah-Adolfo, so.
Well, Kwesi has shown that he can draft rounds 1 through 3. Anything after that is
no, he hasn't.
Outside of a DB from Georgia who I actually liked.
He's taken 1 first-round pick that's hit. That's Jordan Addison. That's
okay.
It. That's the whole list.
Okay, hang on with the blasphemy. You don't like your roster? You don't think Minnesota has a good roster?
No, I think Minnesota has a good roster because they signed free agents particularly well. They've had money. He inherited already the structure of a pretty good roster. You can't tell me that he's drafted a good roster. He's had to cut his entire draft class from 22. Every single player.
Not ideal.
Well, what happened was he was thrown off by the previous 2 years of the COVID year. He couldn't evaluate correctly because guys were like 31 years old.
Is that what happened?
Yeah, you're right. He couldn't evaluate Kyle Hamilton. I forgot. Only the best safety prospect.
Wait, you know what's funny though about KH though is that guy's draft stock actually dropped because of his
doesn't make any sense. People try
and he's still really good, but like we misremember what happened to Kyle. Kyle Hamilton was supposed to be a top 6-7 pick, and he was sliding in the draft to go where the Ravens got him.
Just
and go figure, the one team that always gets that guy that always slides to them.
If it wasn't the Ravens, somehow the Eagles would have ended up with him. So it's one of those two teams. I want to ask you guys something real quick before we get off NFL stuff, because I had this thought yesterday.
Okay.
And you guys know ball. You love the NFL. I'm sure you're watching some of Buck's Texans.
All of it, Mike J. I'm a Baker Mayfield honk.
Do we not give Vita Vea enough credit for being the single most impactful run-stopping player in the entire NFL? I couldn't name a player that has more of an impact on shutting down the run for his team than Vita Vea, and it's been that way for 7 years now.
I'm gonna tell you,
is absolutely incredible, and I want to just say that in some kind of public
listen.
place. The guy's insane.
I'm gonna validate you here. we're at a practice. It's the Marty Brown practice, the morning of. Chafe.
The infamous Marty Brown practice.
And knock it off. I shouldn't have even said that, except for this is the day. So Levante,
it lets us know that it was in April of 2025. So that's
Levante David is there.
Oh, okay.
And Levante and Marty are talking and whatever. And Barthel takes Marty off and they go do their thing. So I stay and I talk to Levante David. And I'm messing with him. I'm like, I can't believe you're so good still. You're smaller than me. We're just like yucking it up like a couple of yahoos, right? And he knows I have a man crush on Baker Mayfield. So we start talking about Baker Mayfield. And he goes, if you knew him, you'd like him even more. And, he's this, he's that. And he goes, well, I'm going to tell you, man, the best players I ever played with. And I know I've been in Tampa my whole career, DB. He's got this little twang to him. He goes, man, you got to see this Vita Vea. And I'm like, what do you mean? He goes, look. He's like, look, dog, I'm just telling you. I have never met anybody who, if they say they want to be 360, they'll be 360. If they want to be 310, they'll be 310. He said the kicker is he can do it in like 3 weeks. It doesn't matter which way he wants to move. He said you'll see him in OTAs and he'll look one way. And then you'll see him, at dinner the next time they got a report, and he'll look completely different. He said the way he understands his body and how he moves is a medical science in terms of how he approaches the game. I was floored because, Verzal's kind of like that too, understanding his body. Like he can change it on a dime. And I've always admired people like that. But for Levante, who's kind of a student of the game and has played with a ton of guys, for him to single out Vita Vea as one of the best players he's ever played with for that reason, like I had to share that story with you. He's like, no, you don't understand. I mean, this guy could be 390 in March, and you'll see him again. He's like 310, and you're like, and he's like, nah, he'll never be 310. But if he wanted to be 310, it was just like, it was a pretty cool little story.
Yeah, I can believe it. That guy's just, he's incredible. I just don't think he gets his due for what it's like a very niche role that he has, but I mean, no one runs on the Bucks. And part of it is they have great linebacker play and everything too, but
part of the great linebacker play is because of Vita Vea.
Can we not let the Texans OC and play calling off the hook? It was atrocious last night. They had no business.
But I mean, Bijan Robinson was awful against Tampa the week before. I'm just saying, like, Vita Vea as a singular factor has to be like the single best player against the run in the NFL right now. Like, no one has more of a factor in that way than he does.
He said, I guarantee you, dog, he's the strongest player in the league.
Has to be.
Full stop. I said, okay, LD.
You can just like zero in on him on a rushing play. Like teams go 4th and 1. The Falcons tried it twice and they just go right up the middle. And he just takes both the center and the guard who's going to try to move him, and he just drives them back one hand each. Like, it's incredible. He is unreal.
This Vita Vea is a really good example of why you got to be careful with PFF grades.
Because he doesn't. Yeah, I get it.
His PFF grades are general. Like,
do you know why?
Why?
Because he's one-dimensional, and so the it's so formulaic with PFF that they don't account for nuances. Right? Like,
even his run defense grade is not particularly good. It's fine. But that's what I mean, though, because like you watch it.
Whatever. The eye tested the numbers back him up almost every time.
Listen, if you're on the field on a play where a guy cuts back a run for Houston Christian and they scored and it's their one score of the game and PFF looks at that, you're going to have an atrocious run fitting grade.
Yeah.
Everybody gets it. It's not just the guy that missed the tackle, right? Like that's the downside to PFF.
For sure. But that's why I wanted to bring it up, is because I think we all
not
agree.
that I would use that specific example for any particular reason. I mean, it's just saying.
You're concerned about Jalen George's PFF grades?
Yeah, Jalen George.
That's what I thought. It's the only person I saw on the field that day. But no, I did want to.
That was not my middle finger shape. It was
his ring finger.
It was my ring finger.
Like, I know what you mean. It doesn't matter which finger it is.
Whatever. I hate you.
So But because I've kind of been doing this thing and I've put it on the rundown for like 2 weeks. We don't get to it. And it's fine because I actually like doing the exercise myself.
Another subtle blast.
No, I mean, it's to both of us. Neither one of us can stay on topic. As you can see with this Mike J. Schaefer interview 15 minutes in, and I have
It's Schaefer's fault. He wanted to stay on the topic. One more question, and here we are.
Yeah, it is my fault. But I'm glad we got it in. You got to talk about Levante. Should all work back to Nebraska.
Exactly. See, we're fine. But no, I've been doing this thing where I'm kind of on one of my rewatches of the Nebraska game, I'll kind of bring up the PFF grades to see what I see versus what the grades say. Because I think sometimes they can be really useful as a supplement to what I see on and not a replacement for. And I wonder, like, if there's, I don't know how much you pay attention. I know you guys post them on your message board and stuff for the, so I don't know how much you pay attention to them personally, but
24/7 is smart. They don't mess with PF.
I do wonder if, like, as you kind of see what those are and you see the conversations that happen around the grades on your board, if there's been a guy over the last couple of weeks, you're like, man, I think he's a lot better than what the grades are giving him credit for.
If I recall, and I don't put a ton of stock into PFF, and not just because we're having this version of the conversation, it's just
I like it.
I don't know who their evaluators are. I don't know, like,
yeah,
it just feels like somewhat of a blind ranking, and so you just have to trust the person that's doing it. And I don't know who that person is or their qualification for it. I don't know that they always know what the assignment that the players on the field are being asked to do. And
assignments is really hard for me. I think that's one of my biggest issues.
Yeah, and so, but I think it is one piece of information that can help tell the story. That's sort of how I view PFF. I want to say that they haven't been particularly kind or high to Andrew Marshall, where the eye test would sort of tell you that
there's a couple of guys in the
secondary
that they're off on. Some guys are too high that aren't grading real well either.
Mm-hmm.
So it goes both ways.
And so Andrew Marshall is one that kind of comes to mind for me. Beyond that, like I said, I haven't put a ton of stock. And then I think the last 2 weeks, it's sort of hard to take the last 2 weeks and be like, oh, his PFF grade says X, It's just the quality of what they played these last 2 weeks won't represent anything that they're about to play over the next, 10?
I will say Jalen George had a very bad tackle grade, and I think there's one play that may have had a pretty big impact on that one.
Why do you say that?
I actually, not to let Jalen George off the hook, but I think that running back is solid.
He is way good. He'll be playing.
He had
for
pretty
a
good balance,
school
could distribute. Like, you weren't getting a ton of clean shots on him. He kept the legs moving. Like, as far as FCS running backs go, I mean, he's not Zach Zenner, but he's pretty good.
You got, I mean, some of those.
Wow, do you remember that?
I do.
What did he go for? Like $130?
I think he went for over 2.
Oh,
I think Zach Zenner
did SDS. Did he get Nebraska for 2 hundo, Schaefer?
He had a monster game against Nebraska.
I thought Zach Zenner got Nebraska for 2 bills. I did.
Hey, how about Coach?
I could be wrong.
How about Coach Rhule going down memory lane of not playing exactly well against non-Power 4 opponents?
I mean, this is what I said like last week, right?
He just casually went into
like,
Georgia.
I don't know. It's like we didn't just lose to Troy and Georgia.
Zach Zenner had 202 yards, by the way.
Boom.
And 2 touchdowns against Nebraska in 2013.
Finally right.
Got one.
Bat and DJ Lagway and Arch Manning and Lenore Sellers and everybody else. Mike J, so I got to tell you, how do we guard against, or are we just letting it ride, putting all our eggs into the one basket with Michigan, knowing we're going to have other conference games to play? Do you feel like this is the ultimate, I want to be right versus we're going to get it right kind of game for media and fans?
I think there's going to be a lot of emphasis on this because it's similar to the Colorado game where it doesn't need to be your entire season, but it just feels like there's an extra emphasis because this is sort of the early season quiz and you want to see how Nebraska is going to grade out on certain things. I think we're making more of it because it's Michigan and that's a name brand team that recently played and won a national title. So I think there's that aspect of it. I also think there's a little bit of it where, like, Michigan has taken it to Nebraska more often than not when these teams have played. And so some of it is like, okay, if it's a measuring stick, at the very least, this needs to be a game in the second half. Like, if Michigan wins this game going away, like 31-7, what is that going to tell you about how you feel about Nebraska. So I think there's a lot that's kind of wrapped up into it. And then throw in the fact it's a game on CBS. It's a 3:00 kick. There's going to be a huge recruiting environment. The staff hasn't shied away from making this one of the marquee games. It's one of the 2 biggest home games on the schedule. And they're a team that's right around the range where Nebraska finds itself in the Big Ten. So it's just all of it keeps adding up to being a measuring stick. And right, wrong, or indifferent, however this plays out, we're going to referendum the hell out of it because that's just sort of what we do. And talking about sports in 2025, the season's going to continue. If Nebraska wins this game and they win it 24-14 in dominating fashion and whatever else, they go through the bye week and then they lose to Michigan State. It doesn't really matter. Like the season's going to continue to play out after game 4, no matter what. Like that's the important thing. It's just, where do we think Nebraska finds itself as a program? We're using Michigan as a measuring stick. If it was Maryland this weekend, it wouldn't be a measuring stick, even though they're 3-0 and they played well. But because it's Michigan, that's a measuring stick game.
Interesting, too. Coach Rhule said something yesterday to us on the show where he was telling a story about George O'Leary and being at the AAC conference and how O'Leary kept cautioning him not to talk about schedule and looking ahead and just doing all the things that normal people do. And all I could think about was, I think we're just going to have to get over it or just know how it is. Like, coaches and players think one way. Media and the fan base are going to think another. And it's fine. We're just going to have to negotiate that space, right? Like,
we all have different roles.
Nebraska's going to focus on Michigan and not have it be the R word that you said. I love. We've gone through this, Mike J, where every game seems like a referendum on coaching prowess. Right?
Yep.
We've been through this for years.
But that's just a media cycle that we've created and live in for ourselves. Like, we're referending, the NFL. Are the Chiefs, should the Chiefs be panicking? They're 0-2. Is the season over for the Chiefs? Is Andy Reid on the chopping block? What's going to happen?
Patrick Mahomes still the best quarterback in the league.
No,
he's done. He's done.
Nebraska's not special in that regard. Like, everyone is doing it. And so that's just the media environment that we live in and that we've created. The important thing is that we have to also remember the season is going to continue regardless of the result of this game. And Nebraska still holds its kind of future in its hands, regardless of how they play this upcoming weekend.
When you take a look at if you're Butler or the brain trust defensively, you want to seek justice, or you're gonna try to take away Underwood? Like, where are you starting if you want to neutralize Michigan?
I wonder if you aren't initially focused on trying to slow down the running game, to just basically say, hey, can Bryce Underwood
the ball?
Can Bryce Underwood beat us himself? Like, if we take their running game and we at least force them into situations where they have to pass, and we've been really good against the pass, and maybe we haven't played, the most prolific passing offenses.
Don't let Brennan Sorsby the last.
Yeah, I was going to say Sorsby's last 2 weeks post playing Nebraska. He's put up
I had some idiot in the stream tell me that I was acting like Sorsby was. I can't remember the analogy he used, but I was like, number one, I haven't really talked about Sorsby that much, but I'm telling you, there were 30 scouts in Kansas City.
And he's thrown for like 600 yards the last 2 weeks.
85% of them were there to see Sorsby. Anything other than that is just your opinion. The guy's pretty good.
Yeah, and so it's not like they faced a better version of what Bryce Underwood is already. Now, I don't think that Cincinnati's better than Michigan as a whole, but to me, it seems like the thing that you'd want to be able to do is at least force this game to be, if you're going to lose to Michigan, Bryce Underwood needs to play well. Like, I think that's, you don't want to take it out of his hands by just allowing him to run up and down the field and control clock and keep your offense on the sidelines and just, sort of slowly chunk you to death that way. So I think they have to kind of force the ball into Bryce Underwood's hands and see if you can make him beat you through the air, or if he has to take off and run. That's the other aspect of it too. So I think this is the sort of game where you want to see if the quarterback can beat you by taking away the running game. Can they do that is an entirely different question. Do they have the ability to force Michigan into having to pass more, to being, getting wins on first and second down up front? Are you going to commit certain run blitzes, assuming that that's what it's going to be? And can you live if they hit on a play action? Like if you expose yourself with some run blitzing and they go play action and they're able to get the pass off, you're going to be left back there pretty weak. So it's not without risk to do this. And so they've got a tough kind of task ahead. But I think the biggest thing is make Bryce Underwood show that he's good enough to beat you in your house in a conference game.
I don't know, Schaefer, how much time you're going to have, especially with like a real job being a hubby and Huddy. But like, I wonder if there's some Iowa game plan in versus Michigan this week where, they get into kind of that bear front or whatever. They cover up the guards. They play man to man. They force you to like throw it over their heads. There has to be some sort of balance there. But what you've seen from Underwood, you're not going to be afraid to play with 8 in the box. Now I get it. The difference, and it's not even a difference because Iowa has really good tight end play too. Michigan does have 2 really good tight ends. If you were going to kind of whittle this down to the game within the game, what unit are you pitting against what unit if you think it's going to dictate the outcome of the game in total?
I think if Nebraska's offensive line can do enough to keep the offense on the field, like I mean, you've got to be able to protect in the pass, and they've got to open up just enough that Emma Johnson can like this. We're coming off of 2 games where Nebraska is ripping off big runs. Maybe they have 1 or 2 of those against Michigan, but it's going to be kind of a phone booth game, and you're going to have to be able to live with that. And can you survive? They're going to have to be able to run successfully at times between the tackles. Everything can't just be outside. And so I think it puts a lot on Nebraska's offensive line. I think if they are able to play well up front against Michigan's front, the rest of Nebraska's offense can really kind of come together and make things difficult. If you keep Dylan clean too, I mean, I think Nebraska's receivers can win against Michigan's back end. We'll see if that's how it plays out. But for me, as it often does, it starts up front. And specifically, I think Nebraska's offensive line is kind of the biggest X factor in all of this.
That's fascinating. Because I get, like, generally speaking, people will say, oh, it's about the trenches. I asked you a specific question. You picked Nebraska's O-line against Michigan's D-line. How many people in your sphere of influence would pick that as the matchup, do you think? Is that the consensus amongst your group? Because I think what we think is, oh, Michigan's got to gash Nebraska. Like, that's what I hear, right? It's like Michigan's O-line against Nebraska's D-line.
I think what happens is we're going to spend a lot of time being worried about what Michigan's going to do offensively when Nebraska's on the field defensively. This game's going to be won if Nebraska can put up enough points to win the game. Like, they have to score. It has to be, Nebraska's played how many games in the last 2 years under Matt Rhule where you played well defensively and you don't win because you're not scoring. So, like, they have to be able to stay on the field offensively and sustain drives and give Kyle Kunanen a chance to kick field goals and to give yourself a chance to get upset about, red zone scoring opportunities if they're not able to do it with touchdowns. Like, the offense has to win this game for Nebraska in that regard. Like, if they're only able to put up 10 or 13 points, they're not going to win. So to me, the offensive line has to play well enough for you to get closer to the high teens or the 20s. Like, I just don't think Nebraska wins this game 10-3 or whatever. I've seen some comparisons to 2009 Oklahoma. I don't think this is that. I think Nebraska has to be able to get the points in the 20s to win this game.
Dave, the reason I agree with you on that, because DB asked me if that's where I would start, like as you were answering, and I nodded yes. The reason I would do that is when watching Michigan this year and just Wink Martindale
the total
defenses,
is only 46.
like Wink Martindale defenses in general, that dude brings a ton of pressure.
You know what I'm saying, though?
Yeah. But
did you I'm sure you looked at that, Schaefer. Did that surprise you?
That that the total is that low?
Yeah. And it opened at 44.5.
No, I think
that's
people
pretty
expect
low
it to be kind of a choke down possession game. Like, I don't think that this is supposed to be a wide open, high flying kind of thing.
Yeah. So the thing that I keep coming back to with the offensive line versus defensive line, is if the offensive line, with all the pressure, there's not going to be a ton of guys to help out their defensive backs because they bring a lot of pressure. If Dylan has enough time to get the ball where it needs to go, guys are going to get open.
Interesting.
Like, guys will get open. They don't leave enough back to help to do what Cincinnati did to him. Like, I'm watching.
Yeah, it's very different than that. I mean, this is going to be a high pressure defense, and they haven't really faced that this year.
I'm gonna have to go back and watch.
I
kind of like this.
I'm watching them against Oklahoma, and they've got 7 guys on the line of scrimmage, or they've got 6 guys on the line and 2 guys right. Like, they have a ton of guys right at the line of the scrimmage on pass plays. And if the offensive line can give Dylan just enough time, those guys are going to be open on the back end. Like, that's just – and Oklahoma got it a couple times. They couldn't get it consistently because I think Mateer gets his eyes down pretty fast after he starts to run. If Dylan can get the read right pre-snap, I think Nebraska is going to have a chance.
Let me ask you something real quick, Mike J. Future headlines. If Nebraska wins, who's the first assistant coach you'll be writing about?
If Nebraska wins, who's the first assistant coach I'm writing about?
Or coordinator?
I've but I'm not sure that I've thought about it in this sense. So I don't really, my brain is spinning on where to go.
Would it be Raiola?
I mean, I think if they play well, that certainly.
Would it be Donnie? Like,
it could be.
Future headlines.
If it goes the way I think it will, Donnie, if he's not the first guy you write about, is second after Dana.
That would be. Just think about that for a second.
Some of it is game flow, right? Because, like, let's say Bryce Underwood melts down and has 3 interception day, then we're talking about whatever's happening defensively and Williams and Butler and how they threw an NFL look at a freshman and he had no idea. I mean, future game flow is going to be a big part of that. I have one for you that Brunt's kind of tossed at me during the game last week, and I'll throw this and then get off the air and you guys can discuss it. How is it that we spend almost no time ever talking about Glenn Thomas, and how big of a role could he have had in all of this for Dylan Raiola?
He's very smart. That's a heck of a question.
That's a good question.
So, all right, we'll talk about it after. Shape, that's fantastic. Can I just answer this quick before we go to break?
You just love pulling the grenade and throwing it and running, huh?
No, we'll come back.
Well, no, I would have loved to have had the conversation with you, but I got to go here at 9:30, and
I know we were supposed to get you out of here early, so I apologize.
It's better if you guys discuss it without me, anyways. Then let's Vita Vea talk for sure.
Big Vita Vea guys here.
Thanks, Shafe.
See ya.
That's Mike.
So we have JP at 9:43.
Yeah,
right?
we're okay.
Okay, I want to share this.
Yeah,
I think I can say this.
Mm-hmm.
So. I was talking to somebody close to the program.
Mm-hmm.
This was in the spring.
Okay.
And I was talking about the difference between Glenn and Dana.
Mm-hmm.
And it was described to me this way, how they're both uniquely equipped to handle Dylan.
Mm-hmm.
Glenn is the technical, the micro guy. Not necessarily a guy you'd want talking to you through the headsets.
Gotcha. But good in practice.
But certainly a guy you want as the devil being in the details. Holgerson is the guy that's going to give you macro and go very quickly and expect you to figure out the rest through the teaching of the global topic.
Mm-hmm.
Together, they make a heck of a tandem. The other couldn't do the other's job. That's how it was described to me. So don't undersell. That's a fantastic question that Shafe posed. Don't undersell Glenn Thomas not being talked about. Rhule referenced him incognito 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
He's like, well, Glenn, and we're like, wait, we remember that guy's on the team? Because he doesn't say boo to anybody. Underassuming, like, that's how it was posed to me. And this particular person would know.
As
they can't do each other's job, so they're mutually very, very good together.
As a fan base who I think rightfully is pretty impressed with what not just the improvements from Dylan, but also, I mean, everybody's been pretty impressed with TJ Lateef so far, right? You think that has something to do with Glenn Thomas?
Yeah.
Everybody likes the recruits that are coming in, right? You think that has something to do with Glenn Thomas?
Is that your future headline?
Everybody.
Guy said we'd be writing about Eckler.
Selfish.
Listen, Nebraska.
If Nebraska wins, in the future headlines, what assistant coach are you writing about?
I don't want to give too much away about how I think the game's going to go yet, but
I'm saving it for Friday with one of these sweet opens that Shane's going to put together.
No,
10, 11, 12.
I want to think about it a couple more days.
Okay. I know one thing. I'm going back to watch Iowa.
I think it's probably either.
Can Nebraska play the front that they played against Iowa? Because listen, go back and watch it. They dared Iowa to throw it. Will you dare Underwood to throw the ball vertically?
He's been pretty bad vertically.
He didn't throw a ton of spirals so far.
He's been pretty.
I don't know if that matters because I watched Manning do it for years.
He's been pretty bad vertically. He has.
I'm curious.
Nobody can do that.
If I'm Nebraska, I probably dare him to beat me over the top until at least once.
Shane, you like football?
I need to see it.
That's a bit of a problem.
No, but do you like football though?
Oh yeah, I love football.
I like football.
Future headlines. If Nebraska wins, which coordinator or assistant coach are we writing about?
You had me at hello.
I don't think that's what we're talking about here.
Shane greater than Renee, but Zellweger's fine.
I thought you were a big Zellweger guy.
She's okay.
So if the defense holds, we're talking Butler. If it's the last,
Do you think it will be a defensive game?
No, but
did the total surprise you?
But what I think it'll be,
I think it's a little low.
I mean, if Nebraska's going to win, it's going to be in the last 2 minutes. So you're talking Dana.
Really?
It's got to be. It's got to be. That's the only way.
How about all the varying opinions on this week? This is wild.
Yeah. I think people are missing. I don't think
it opened at 44 in the hook.
What the hook gonna be?
And now it's at 46.
I think people are. I think people are missing it on this game.
I don't.
I think people, not Vegas. I think the way people are talking about this game, they're missing.
How are we so far off when this is all we've looked forward to? We've had plenty of time to digest this thing. We skipped over Akron and HCU to get to Michigan.
Oh, we're not skipping any steps.
Remember this day.
We're not.
So we've got 3 for Eckler. 3. Nobody else in the chat has mentioned a future headline that does not include Eckler.
You know what I'm trying to figure out?
You love that question, don't you?
I do like that question. Here's what I'm trying to figure out.
You agreed with Shave, so you shot your shot.
I do think I think it's going to be some version of Raiola or Holgerson.
I have to take personal opinion aside because I ride for Donnie.
Yeah.
So I want him to be talked about. I love him behind the scenes.
Yeah.
He's a guy that I would definitely – he is my number 1 pick for back alley.
Oh, yeah, he seems mean-spirited.
Very much so. And I love the fact that he can turn around and be fantastic with his wife and his girls.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, oh. But he won me over watching him recruit.
Duality of man.
He won me over.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, plus I see him the most pregame because that's the corner that I hang out in.
Oh, that's where he happens to be?
Yeah. I love him. So, like, selfishly, I would love for that because we kind of want to give him credit.
Selfish.
And then the game goes and we bitch about the O-line and what's going on with the tackles. And then it's like, oh, well, maybe he's not as good. I don't know, man.
You know what
selfishly, I'd love for it to be DR. But I don't know.
I think it's much more likely to be Dana just because that's easier than getting it specifically down to Donnie. But I do think if Nebraska wins this game, it will have a lot to do with the offensive line.
How about this? If the future headlines have to do with Terry Braden, Nebraska has won the football game. I'm shocked.
Absolutely.
That you skipped over that.
I didn't skip over it. I think
if the future headlines include Braden, Nebraska won the game.
Here's part of the problem with putting Braden in that position, though, is I don't trust narratives enough to actually get that right.
Okay.
Because here's I saw this last week against Houston Christian. Okay, I'm sitting there and I'm.
I like the way you think, Dominic.
I'm doing my little Twittering and I'm, on the internet and talking to people and stuff like I like to do. I try and interact with people as much as I can during games. And I'm talking about how good the defensive performances have been over the last 3 weeks and whatever, right? And I'm talking about the rush defense, or I'm talking about the defense. So he goes, well, what about that rush defense against Houston Christian? I was like, okay. So even with the 45-yard run, we're talking about 2.7 a carry, which you'll take in any game against anyone, correct?
Yeah.
Under 100 yards on over 30 attempts. You're going to take that in any game against anyone, correct?
Yeah.
So what are we like? Even when it's that obvious,
you have to be careful. You can't be dismissive. But I get your fire. I get the passion, but you can't be dismissive of. Now you can do what you want. I'm out.
My point is,
that's fine.
Even we'll see a couple plays, and I get it. If you watch it live, the 1 or 2 9 or 10 yard runs that people break feel like there's a million of them. I understand that, but the reality of the situation is that's not what happened. People are going to gain yards. That's what happens in football. No one's you've got to be the talent discrepancy to give up less than 50 yards of total offense. That doesn't exist really anymore.
All right, hang on. And Shane, we are going to take a quickie. But I got to say this with TB. You got to bold that again because I know what Tim is saying. And I'm kind of riding with him. Even though he made fun of me about Bryce Underwood.
Mm-hmm.
I still love Tim because differing opinions make the world go round. He said overthinking it. It's Dana because we score 30 plus. Can you imagine? Hang on. Can you imagine if Nebraska scores 30 against Michigan and it's offensive centric?
Tim is a lot closer to where I am.
If Nebraska scores 30 and it's not, field flip or it's Nebraska basically their
driving
offense.
Yeah. Tim's a lot closer to where I am.
You better look out.
Tim's a lot closer.
If TB's right,
he's a lot closer to where I am.
Remember, the total is 46.
I know.
If Nebraska scores 30,
Tim is a lot closer to where I am.
You better look out.
I'm just going to keep saying
you
that.
You better look out. I'm not saying he is. I'm just saying. And it was his delivery. Duh, we're overthinking it. If you got to understand, if you're right, you will be one of the very few that dialed in on that.
Tim's a lot closer where I'm thinking.
I'll be amazed. I'm pumped. Let's get it.
Real quick, before we get to our friend Jacob Padilla to preview tonight's matchup between Nebraska and Creighton in volleyball, got to remind you about our friends over at Centrus Federal Credit Union. You need your finances at your fingertips, and with Centrus, they've got you covered. They put your finances right where you need them in the palm of your hand with their mobile banking app. They've got mobile check deposit to 24/7 card controls. Your finances are in your hands no matter where you are. Federally insured by NCUA. Go check them out at centrusfcu.org to open an account today. Jacob Padilla coming up next.
We're in the neighborhood, just down the street. With a wide variety of home equity products to help you create a relaxing oasis. So you can kick back and relax in comfort. Centrus Federal Credit Union. We are where you are.
Yeah, we're changing up every day. We have a different group in red and different group in gray every time we step on the floor. So we are mixing them up a lot. When we had 15 healthy bodies, we'd get 3 teams out there and we'd compete a lot of 5-on-5-on-5. And it's for us, listen, you say it's a brand new group, but we had 8 weeks in the summer, so we were able to work a lot of those things out. And we've got another 4 weeks that we're going through right now with the official start date next Monday, I guess on the 22nd is the official start date. But, it's not like the old days where it was October 15 and you hadn't seen the coaches all summer. We've got a lot of time to adjust, to acclimate guys in, to get them used to the system on both ends of the floor. And, listen, we're still working things out like everybody. Those 4 hours go very quickly. And, once we get the 20 hours starting on the 22nd, having longer days out there with the guys and being able to work things more, watching more film with them once we get to 20 hours is an important part of the process. But we've had a lot of time.
You're listening to Hurrdat Sports Live.
Yeah, it's crazy. I remember when I was a recruit going to Creighton for a team camp, and they showed me around, and I was like, what is this place? I think they weren't winning any games, period. 0 wins maybe the season before. And then to see Kirsten just completely turn that around and turn them into a powerhouse where, they're in the mix for top recruits, and they're always knocking at the door of the Final Four. So just, extremely impressive what they've been able to do.
We're back here on Hurrdat Sports Live, presented by Centris Federal Credit Union. That's DB. I'm Ravi Lulla here at Hurrdat Sports Bar and Grill. We're joined now by Jacob Padilla from Hurrdat Sports to talk a little volleyball. What's going on, JP?
Good morning, guys. Not much. Just it's a big day here in the volleyball state.
Young Jakob, I feel like I just saw you, man. How are things?
I'm doing well. I was wondering if you guys had forgotten about me. You spent so much time haggling with the start time, but then I figured you guys segment probably just got away from you guys.
Hey, you know how good we are staying on schedule, JP. Come on.
Oh, and listen, you know what? Then here's the thing. If we need to give you a few extra minutes, we definitely can do that. We didn't get done with Dan Raphael until 10:10 yesterday.
Oh, yeah. I know. I was standing there listening.
Oh, that's right.
He was in the building just staring at us like, hey.
He's looking at Action Jackson like, yeah, glad I'm not in a hurry.
Can we wrap this thing up anytime?
Well, you and Anna were going to do your thing anyway, so we just wanted to make sure you were getting acclimated.
Yeah, we had a good day yesterday.
Yeah, it was pretty full day. So are you volleyballed out because you had to talk to AZBZ, or are you going to kind of lower, your acumen and talk to us schleps?
No, we keep things pretty tight there, just kind of recapping the last weekend, touch on any relevant points that came out from the week, and get ready to look ahead. So we can go wherever you guys want.
All right. So I want to go to the fact that there was almost a knockdown drag out. Sans Ravi in the group text over.
I feel like I kind of set the match, though, because Matty D said his inflammatory comment. He goes, hey, I think just to
you don't have to bus roll him.
Well, this is the context of the conversation. He goes, if there's a, I'll give him some credit. If there is a path, he said, if there is a path for Creighton to come out victorious tonight, it would be through their service game, right? That they would serve the ball really well like they were against UNI, right?
Yeah.
And so I was stunned because
I was mad.
I was stunned because obviously you all know way more about volleyball than I do, at least the like strategy and execution of it for sure. And I'm sitting there and I go, I was stunned. He thought there was a path to victory for Creighton.
It wasn't that.
That's
it was
what
that
I
he
was stunned
skipped
by.
the steps. Jacob, it's your segment. I was glad that you got into the minutia about there's some incremental steps in terms of how you get to winning a match of this magnitude tonight.
Yeah, well, Matt actually called me up yesterday because he was bored, and we kind of talked through it more. So it wasn't so much like that he was like, this is how they win. It's more that I think he was just impressed with what he saw from Creighton from a serving standpoint this past weekend, and believing that if they can carry that over, then that is a way that they can make this game competitive, maybe more than people would expect, just based on the start Creighton's gotten off to. Because like if there are cracks in what Nebraska's shown so far, it's probably slow starts and the inconsistent passing. And it's not like they've been a terrible passing team, but they've been susceptible at times. And so that is probably like, you probably see Creighton really go for it from the service line tonight, because that is their best chance to really put some pressure on Nebraska.
I love how, the ticket demand, and I love Rob Anderson. And I remember a couple weeks ago when those tickets first dropped, and, he quote tweeted right when they were, like buy now, and everybody gets the season ticket holders. How much do you think home court actually matters in this one once that ball first flies tonight?
I mean, they're not really going to have home court, are they?
Well,
there's going to be more Nebraska fans in the building.
They did their best.
I get that, but
can I ride with Creighton for once?
You can't. I'm just saying, like, this is part of the reason I don't like it when they play this match at CHI. If you're Creighton, is you don't get a home court advantage.
All right, sans what my rude partner and your bestie just said.
I didn't mean to
Jacob.
just
Like,
derail
what
your
are we
question.
talking about?
My bad.
Well, he is correct.
For once,
there's going to be a lot of red in there, but that's pretty much the case almost everywhere Nebraska goes these days. I was curious, like, just looking at some of these road attendance records. It's impossible to know, but I'd really like to figure out, like, what's the breakdown of actual Nebraska fans traveling versus fans just wanting, like, volleyball fans just wanting to see Nebraska and coming out for a match on a day when they're not necessarily season ticket holders or someone that goes to a ton. Because obviously, basically everywhere they go, they're pushing attendance records. But we've already seen, I mean, Creighton's played at PBA too, but Nebraska's first two matches were at PBA, and obviously massive crowd, mostly home fans there. And then they went down to Bridgestone Arena in Nashville and played I didn't even see what the attendance was there, but another big crowd for that one. So 3 of their 8 matches already have been in big arenas. So regardless of kind of the crowd makeup, I think they're already used to playing in the kind of setting that they'll have. Obviously 17 plus kind of ratchets it up just a little bit more. But I mean, 15 and change. So what's the difference between 15 and change and 17 and change? It's going to feel pretty similar.
Hey,
I mean, you're not wrong.
Young Jacob, as we're talking to our very own from Hurrdat Sports, I love to say that, Jacob Padilla. Hey, Jacob, how much does Creighton's success do you think has to do? I'll get away from the obvious with passing. The health and effectiveness and efficiency of Jay Johnson to give Creighton another weapon to play with tonight.
That is the single biggest point of emphasis for Creighton right now. Is
thank you.
They have to they have to find secondary hitting options.
Yeah.
It can't just be Ava and a hope and a prayer for anything else outside of maybe a good middle attack. We saw Kiara Reinhardt have a career day against Louisville, but again, they have to continue to get somebody at that outside, that second outside hitter spot. We've got obviously Abby Hayes and Destiny Simpson are kind of splitting time there, and both of them are struggling to be consistent. You've got Jaya hitting just under 200, which we know she's better than that, capable of better than that. So that's going to be the key, because you can't rely on. I mean, we saw it against Penn State. Like, Ava had as dominant a match as I've seen this year, and Creighton still got swept just because they couldn't quite keep up overall. So that's the number one thing. And I mean, against Nebraska, and it's not like Nebraska itself is still kind of figuring out trying to find some consistency with their secondary options, but it's they've got enough of them that every match you're probably going to get enough. Even if maybe Virginia Adriana wasn't having a great match, you'll probably get something from both middles, from maybe Toria Sigler. She's starting to get a little bit more confidence and more effective.
Yeah, starting to play a little more too.
Yeah, or Taylor Landfair had a good one against Utah. So like, they've got enough weapons that they're probably going to get something, even if it's not everybody every single match. Creighton's still trying to find a way to round out that offensive attack. And if you're one-dimensional against Nebraska, good luck.
Jacob, not for this match specifically, but as these two teams move forward and with their respective goals in mind, right, which I think are pretty different this particular year, is there are you more confident in Nebraska's ability to find that consistency you talked about there, or for Creighton's ability to figure out how to close out matches against quality opponents, or close out sets against quality opponents?
Yeah, definitely Nebraska, because I think they've already shown capable, like, and that's the thing that looks different so far this year about this team, is even when they're struggling, every match they found a way to figure it out within that match. And like, you go back to the SMU match last year compared to the Kentucky match this year, SMU last year, just their passing was in shambles and they crumbled. And SMU served them off the match and they couldn't find a way to recover. That Kentucky match, same thing was happening. And I mean, obviously it helped that Danny Bussum-Kelly made the changes she did, but Nebraska found a way to rally and reverse sweep a top 10 team. And so that's, I think you see the figuring things out within the match that'll continue throughout the season. You've got young players in important roles that you figure by the end of the season are going to be further along than they are now. I mean, we're seeing it from match to match with Toria Sigler in the role that she's playing and what she's capable of doing. So the question about, I mean, a lot of times in late game situation, it comes down to talent and ability. And I think Creighton can certainly get better in that area. Like, they've shown they're talented enough to get those leads and to get to that point against top 10 teams, but they haven't been able to finish the job nearly enough this year to have a better than a 5-4 record. So that's going to be the next step for them. But the question is, are their players ready? I mean, we've got so many new players in roles after what they lost last year. Outside of Ava Martin, Jaya Johnson, Kiara Reinhardt, the only starters back really. And so you've got some new players kind of figuring out their roles and trying to adjust to the way they need to play and what they need to do for this team. So I definitely, I mean, I'll be really interested to see what Nebraska looks like at the end of the season, because I think maybe potentially some of the inconsistency is the lineup changes. And I think Danny Bussum-Kelly is willing to live with that early on in the season to reap the benefits of having everybody ready to play and the ability to go to different lineups based on matchups, on situations, and feel confident that if somebody's number is called, that she'll be able to perform. So she even mentioned it, part of why she went with the complete rotation change and start sitting some of her All-Americans in that last match is because she doesn't anticipate as much rotation moving forward as they get into conference play. You got Creighton and Arizona to finish out non-conference, and then you go into the Big Ten. There probably aren't going to be as many nights where, yeah, all right, I'll just go ahead and send in my B team here, and we're going to get a sweep anyway.
Jacob, let me ask you something. At what point, if you're Creighton, do you feel like we have got to get one of these out of the non-con, given how the Big East schedule shapes up, right? You just mentioned the record. They scheduled a gauntlet. They're playing anybody that'll play them. Like, isn't it a little too early for a sense of urgency? But yet you have to kind of know it'd be nice to get one of these in the cushion folder.
Yeah, losing that USC match really hurt, and obviously,
without
they
JJ,
were shorthanded.
yeah.
Well, yeah, Brandy out, JJ playing sick. Like that one really hurt because like there's no shame in losing to the teams that they've lost to. Outside, I mean, you're losing the top 10 teams like that. I mean, you look at the polls, like they lost to Louisville and didn't drop a bit. And we know some of their early, like Texas picked up a couple of first place votes this week. I mean, Texas has the best resume in the sport right now. If you're just going strictly off who they beat and who they played so far. So like, there's no shame in the losses that Creighton's taken, but at a certain point, you can't only like, oh, that's not going to hurt us. You need something to help you because there's not going to be a ton of that in the Big East. So just in terms of you looking ahead to seeding wise, like I still anticipate once Creighton gets into the Big East, like they'll get on a roll and they'll do well and they'll win the conference and they'll earn their way into the tournament. The question is seeding wise. And so, yeah, obviously it isn't something they've done just yet, but you drop a match like USC where it's that Kansas and USC are probably all right, these are the teams that we're comparable to at this point, at this stage. And they got the Kansas one, obviously, but losing that USC one and, again, not being at full strength in order to take them on out there, that really hurts because that's one that, like, okay, this is one we can get, regardless of how we do against these top 10 teams. So you lost that one, so you got to find a way to make that up if you're hoping to earn a good seed here moving forward. So, yeah, it's just unfortunate the way it played out, but they knew what they were getting themselves into. And the important thing is just long-term, you got to get something from these losses.
Young Jacob, let me get you out of here on this. On the heels of your Packers starting to establish dominance and Coach LaFleur doing his thing. I talk to you off air about DBK's personality all the time. I gave you the analogy, of losing Coach Frank, a Hall of Famer, and getting Coach Lamanji and personality traits. How important over the long haul? I'm enamored with DBK, right? I don't know. I love her from afar. How important do you think her understanding, her demeanor, how she approaches the day-to-day will be integral in terms of Nebraska achieving its goals a couple of months from now?
I think it's massive and it's perfect for this team. And I mean, you have to be able to connect with your players to operate the way that she is. Where, I mean, Bergen Riley had started every match of her career, and Danny Busfrom just, we're going to give you the night off. I'll actually go in and be a serving substitution for a rotation here, and be cool with that. Andy Jackson has played every match of her career that she's been healthy for. And we're gonna sit you down here and give the freshmen a chance to go out and play, and be cool with that. I mean, you're not outside of that first week when only 3 Big Ten players are playing. Nebraska hasn't been racking in the weekly awards. And that's because of all the rotation and the balance. And they talked about it, the banner, not a name. And it seems like the players are echoing one of your favorite things, the players are talking like the coaches. And everybody truly does seem all on board with this. Like, it doesn't matter how much I play this night. I know I'm going to get a chance to help this team. And I just got to step up and perform when that's the case. And I think a big part of that is Danny's personality and the way that she can connect with players, the way she communicates what they're doing and what the goal is. That's huge. And like you talked about, kind of a perfect coach coming in to build off of what was already here without like doing away with what got them to this point. Like they had such a fantastic foundation, learning from Cook for as long as they did, and playing at Nebraska. And he comes in here with, again, respect for what has already happened in the program, but confidence in the way that she wants to do things. And I think that could be the key to kind of getting them out of off this plateau that they've been stuck on the last handful of years here.
That's our guy, Jacob Padilla, Hurrdat Sports. Jacob, appreciate the time. As always, enjoy the match tonight.
Yep, should be fun. Thanks, guys.
Hey, JP.
Yeah?
I am really cheering for your Packers. No, you can play the music, Shane. This is Jacob talks to me enough. I'm really cheering for your Packers, and I am not cheering for the Niners. And I just want you guys to know it has nothing to do with how I feel about each of your individual personalities.
I feel like that's not true at all. I feel like it has a lot to do with that.
Yeah, I'm going to take it that way as well.
All right, buddy. Talk soon.
Go Pack, go.
I love that, dude.
Just because it's not the sentiment you share about me sometimes. Just because we were talking about Nebraska and Creighton there doesn't mean we don't have some affection for our friends over at UNO as well. Their Wear Black Give Back event is coming up on October 8th. It's a 24 hours of giving starting October 8th at noon and going through October 9th at noon. Last year they secured.
Help me out, man. You guys know how I love UNO.
Yeah.
Let's give back to the Black.
Absolutely.
I love UNO.
Almost $1 million raised last year to support students and programs. This year, the goal is 6,500 individual gifts to support scholarships, colleges, athletics, student assistance, and so much more. Mark your calendars. Wear Black, Give Back, October 8th through the 9th. And when donors make gifts totaling $75 or more during the Wear Black, Give Back event, they will receive a free UNO belt bag. I used to call them fanny packs. They call them belt bags now. I don't know.
Whatever you call them, let's support the Mavericks.
They're pretty sweet, and I got one for you too, DB. Because I know.
Am I gonna? How do you want me to wear it?
Yeah, wear it across the little shoulder strap deal.
NDOT seat
Yeah,
belt?
just the seat belt, not a sword. Seat belt. Make sure you go to givingday.unomaha.edu to learn more, and you can give your gift directly there as well. It's Wear Black, Give Back for UNO. That's the show for today. That's DB. I'm Ravi Lulla. We will be back tomorrow here on Hurrdat Sports Live.
See you. Have a good day. Love you.